Yeah, buddies. It's the Bennington Show on a Friday. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
Joey Jojo Bennington. And Stanley Scope Bros Bennington.
Sup?
Another big Scope show today for Chris Stanley.
Smoking with Chris.
Gail, I know you were on the train while all this was happening. He gives the smoking with Chris people buttered rolls, and Scope Talk Live does not get buttered rolls.
Why do we not get buttered rolls? We have to wait for the Yonkers family to show up.
Why is our nose pressed against the bakery window looking in?
Looking at all those delicious buttered rolls.
I will have to add some things to my expense report.
Oh, I don't want your fucking buttered rolls now.
No,
Once I bring it up, I don't ever want to see it.
They're so good, though. You want a buttered roll from my bakery.
Yeah.
Your bakery seems to have wheels.
And?
Yeah. Although I heard from Zito that it was delicious.
Very crisp buttered roll.
It is the crisp out of a cart. I never would have thought.
Trust me.
I want to just get this out of the way. I think this is the greatest thing ever to happen to the internet. The Kate Hudson picture that she put out today. I guess it wasn't today, but we just saw it today. This is on her Instagram, and she has got, and I know that you're all into the Jen Selter and all that, Joey.
Love that.
Forget it. It's all about Kate Hudson.
Look at that bubble butt.
It is a bubble butt. It's second generation bubble butt. And that's all they know about it. I don't know her grandmother.
Yeah.
I'm sure her grandmother's,
that we know of.
Yeah. Her grandma's ass must have been fantastic. But that is, hey, Chris, could you check your shit? Cause I can't be doing both at the same time. It gets fucking aggravating when I'm trying to do a show. But to me, Kate Hudson, and she was on an Unmasked, and she sat there as like a little cat in the chair, and she was just, and everyone in the room was just fucking fixated on her.
Right.
She is an absolute, like, old school movie star.
Oh,
where,
yeah.
like, people were bringing her drinks. Someone brought her some kind of green sludge right in the middle of the interview. They just came walking over because at a certain time of the day, she needs green sludge.
She needs her sludge.
And she was just like it was the last thing to make her live. Like,
I'm so weak without my sludge.
I know. And everybody was just like, what can we do? Do you need a banky bank? Everybody was just crazy about her.
Well, she's such a clone of her mother. It's bizarre sometimes. Yeah. Like certain expressions she makes, it's really eerie how much she looks like her mom.
Yeah, and her mother owned the world as well. And again, this butt, I mean, if you're going to be handed down something from... Now, here's the other thing about this. If you look at that, you're like, oh, this is like a fun picture she put on Instagram like anyone here would, right?
Yes.
No. That's a fucking postcard, right? That is a marketing, fucking lights, camera, action. That thing is not something you can do yourself in the backyard with your boyfriend taking the picture.
There has to be a crew involved.
Absolutely. And this was a thought out process. And guess what? It works.
You got us, Kate.
Yeah.
We're in.
I like to take that butt and just beat the Kardashians to death with it and say, here, this works.
I feel like I'm caught in its orbit right now.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But the hose is just like, and then the weird thing. I mean, look how that thing is set up. It is like a 1958 Miami Beach postcard.
Yeah, you're right.
But she just throws it on her Instagram as if like, hey, everybody.
Just took this.
Yeah. Isn't this fun? Isn't life fun? Where's my greenie sludge?
There's a drought in California, and I don't even care.
You know what? I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of people who were like mad at that picture. I forget that it gets like that in California because here on the East Coast, we just have so much water.
Oh my God. And it's delicious.
It is. It tastes good. And a lot of times I just like to turn on the faucet and just walk away for a while.
Oh yeah. Mine's still on right now. I left it when I
Smart. It'll be nice and cold when you come home for a small glass of water. I can only drink my water when it's freezing cold.
Me too.
We're the same that way. I think we ought to do this with Joey Jojo because you're also known for your butt.
Yeah, I have a pretty cute derriere.
I don't know how that happens with a man.
I don't know. I mean, I thank my dad for it.
Sure.
I mean, not that I've checked out his rump before, but I'm just assuming.
Don't lie.
I always thought something happened to you when you were a kid, but I never want to ask.
That's a weird question to ask. It's always hard to break into that question.
Yeah.
A lot of squats and lunges. That's what happened. Reverse lunges.
Boy, a lot of people are just writing crazy shit to us. On Twitter.
Crazy shit?
Well, fun stuff about yesterday. I wasn't even paying attention, but apparently when we had all the comedians in, people were battling apart with Jenny Hutt, who then also, if we're to believe what people write to us, attacked us on the air last night.
Attacked us on the air?
Yeah. I don't know.
I thought we were buddies.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Me too.
I thought we were cool.
Well, she likes to bring the truth to the air, and that's what, I guess I feel bad today, too. I just want to share with everybody, because it's so much important to share your feelings than it is to do creative radio. So, And I'm going to say this. I was a little hurt that I didn't get a buttered roll like Zeta did.
Oh, that I understand.
I realize I don't also bring in a carton of cigarettes every time I see Chris, and it might have just been a little, a little payback. I don't know.
No.
Bow, bow, now. That's the end of...
I know. Operation Ivy is our last ska band. Unless, of course, you want me to do 2 weeks in a row. Just say it, and I will do it.
I'm thinking next week is just silence.
2 minutes of silence before every show.
And, I want to also point this out. Jenny Hutt threw her producer under the bus. I never would have put my producer's name up like at something.
I know. You're very protective of Stanley.
Well, here's the thing. The difference is, I guess, that Jenny's always gotten assigned producers, and Stanley, I felt like I gave birth to him and raised him to be the perfect producer that he is.
He's your good boy, you know what I mean?
He is, I call him GB or
hey, GHB. I thought that was my name.
Oh. No, you're GAB.
Gab.
And right now, I'm going to look at Joey and just say that he's like a blue baby. I hope that he lives, but I don't know yet.
Oh, man. Keep me in that container for a little bit.
A container. Yeah, that's what they do. They put a baby in a container.
It's in a nice Tupperware container.
The life support container.
What's the name of it?
The incandation
chamber.
Incandation chamber.
Oh,
thank you, Chris.
We're putting your baby in a container for a few weeks.
A container?
It needs to
Of
ferment.
what material?
The container store is a hospital. You guys didn't know that. I like being a good boy. I like good boy points.
Makes me uncomfortable.
Well, the whole thing about Gail, right? And, we didn't have a studio. If they would have checked with Chris, this studio was available.
That's
we
true.
have this studio most days available to us from at least 11 on. And if we need it, it could even go earlier, just like if, any of the other shows need it, we go, oh, yeah, okay, we'll come in a little later. It's just something we do in radio when you work with the other shows.
They never asked me about any sort of studio time. I mean, I'm here.
Apparently, from what I heard, you didn't answer an email.
I think that's crazy because I do answer emails, and they never asked me about studio time. If they would have asked me about studio time, maybe I could have worked a little bit of that good boy magic.
That's what you're known for.
Magic.
Yes, you're known for good boy magic. That's a YA book that Chris and I are co-writing.
If you believe, you have good boy magic too.
Right. And it's about my struggles raising a street kid to be a good boy. And then also what I've done is let Chris tell it from his point of view.
Right.
It was so hard at being a good boy until Ron came into my life. And then the magic began. What, Joe? Why you say,
Because he's in a container right now. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I don't know where I am, Chris. I have no sense of time or space.
He's a container baby.
Those are the saddest of all babies.
But so fresh.
Yeah.
Once you put that lid on, keep it nice and fresh.
Let me just tell you something. I'm fucking seeing red today. I'm fucking pissed off. I read this big article in the Washington Post. Now, I like to say I was a T-Rump boy before it was cool. I was down with Donnie. And then Ben Carson came in, and now it's the two of them. I don't understand the Ben Carson people, but I understand people do like him. I can't take that away.
Yes.
I don't know why when you have a Donald Trump to love, but those guys have got about 50% of the GOP vote right now. There's an article that there is people in the GOP saying that no matter what happens, they are going to end up drafting a Mormon that hasn't run this entire time.
Come on.
And give him the prize. Now, I'm just pointing this out. This is why I want Donald Trump to be president of the United States, to prove that the system is broken. And I guess this is working because it means that your vote doesn't count. The guy who lost in the last election and isn't even running this time, they are going to probably draft right now. At least some of the big higher ups in the GOP want to do that.
Can they do that? Is that allowed?
Yes, it is allowed.
Why even have polls then? Why even have any of this fucking...
Why have you leave your house and vote if it doesn't mean shit? If Mitt Romney can just come in, who hasn't run, who hasn't been out there all this time, and just give it to him. Just give it to him.
He said he doesn't want anything to do with it at one point. It's like, no, I'm not running. I'm not doing anything.
No, he never said... Yeah, he said, I'm not running. But he's always wanted it. He's been hanging around all this time. But this really pisses me off.
Ridiculous if they do that. So they can do that post the
convention. You do it at the convention.
That's ridiculous.
So the people that... See, you're not really... Let's say if you're a Democrat and you're voting for Bernie Sanders, right? For the nomination. You're not really voting for Bernie Sanders. You're voting for somebody to go there and represent you. And then what they do is get those representatives to change their votes in the convention. And they do that every convention when they decide, okay, we're going to throw all the votes in behind the nominee.
Right.
So, the first time you go out, this is the way our state voted. And then when they see it went the other way, everybody switches over and they vote and the balloons drop and we're all excited. Well, now they want to do that no matter where we are with it because they do not trust T-Rump and they do not trust banging Ben Carson. That's his name. I'm just calling him what the kids.
Yeah, of course. I realize.
And then, his other nickname when he was younger, Stabby. So, this is crazy to me.
That's ridiculous. I can't believe that they can do that. And then I feel like that's just misusing the trust of your whole, everyone involved with your party.
Matter. This is why I want Trump to become president. Because he can walk out and go like this. Oh, I didn't realize this before, but none of this matters.
Right. True.
Because I think he will say the truth once he's in there. And he goes, look, I want to do these things, and here's why I can't, and this whole system sucks. I know. I've run casinos into the ground.
He'll trash and throw everyone under the bus. He doesn't care.
He definitely will.
No, here's the thing. This is the same party that forced his loyalty pledge, but they're not giving him a loyalty pledge.
Yes, exactly. You're right.
They hate him.
They don't want him. They don't trust him. They think he's making a mockery of their party.
They're all bleeding from the eyes and God knows where else. That's what I'm saying.
But.
Well.
No, that's not where women bleed from, you idiot. Seriously, why are you fucking wearing that thing around your head today?
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good if you were in Vietnam and this was 1966.
I'm matching today. I got the gray shirt, I got the black sling, I got the black bandana, black pants. I'm matching today. I'm looking good.
Boy.
I'm not going to say anything to that.
What?
But I have feelings. They're doing the Richard Pryor bio, and the word is to play Red Fox. This is fantastic. Tracy Morgan. Tracy, to play Red Fox, they'll have to put some gray in his hair and then not even give him the script.
It's perfect. Just looking at them side by side.
Red Fox was always like the funniest human being in the world to me, and to Richard Pryor.
Loved Red Fox. He was on in my house all the time. My dad loved Red Fox. Red Fox was fucking amazing.
But just think, he and Tracy even walked the same way.
Yeah. This is the greatest casting of any film ever.
I know. Now I just want it to be the Red Fox show and forget all about this Richard Pryor stuff.
We know about Pryor. Red Fox needs his due. Maybe a spin-off movie after the Pryor. Like, look, we need to have more Red Fox out there.
Red Fox was one of the first, as they say, dirty comics. And the reason why he could do that is he wasn't playing vaudeville. He was playing what was known as the Chitlin circuit. So it was all down south.
Right.
And he would, people like him and Moms Mabley and all those people are the funniest human beings. And Tracy is perfect casting for this. And I believe there's some talk that he might be at Hindsight tonight.
What?
Wow.
Oh my God. I'm going to Hindsight, so this is perfect.
Me too.
You are?
Yeah.
I'll be in Williamsburg.
Are you going on your own, or are you bringing all your 18 roommates?
I can only bring about 14 of them. 4 of them are going to actually be in Hindsight tonight. So we're going to support.
What about you, Chris? As I noticed watching your scopes, you travel alone.
Oh yeah, I'm a lone wolf. I'll be in Williamsburg though.
Why
So
don't
you'll
you
be there.
Wandering the streets.
You can just say you're coming.
No, I don't know whether Dan is coming or not. We just need to lock Dan into this.
I could probably make it.
Okay. So you guys can do a pre-show scope somewhere.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Oh, we scoping big
See,
time.
now he's in. Once he realizes the scope's involved.
Yeah, as soon as that happens. And then last night, we were actually, the iBang was sending viewers to the stand. And that was good TV.
Little scope.
I guess it isn't TV, it's scope. But it's the same
It's good programming.
Yeah.
It's not
The
TV,
great
it's
Louis
scope.
J. Gomez was rocking it. And then later, the Bonfire Boys was tearing it up. I don't even know. If those 3 started drowning, I don't even know who I'd say first.
Oh my God, you have to pick.
Oh, no.
I have to pick Big J. No, let the other 2 drown to death. But you said I had to pick, right?
Oh yeah, I guess so. Kind of said that.
I'll jump in for the real ass dude, but I can't swim, so I just drown with all of them.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, I'm throwing you an anchor. Hold on to this anchor.
This isn't going fast enough for me.
This way you don't have to sit and cough. You just end it fast. All right, we'll talk about that a little later on because I know Gail wants to do a hindsight. Joe, you want to do a hindsight, some of your great stories.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you got a hindsight to do?
I'm always hindsighting.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Constantly just thinking about stuff that happened before.
Your stories are great because they're filled with lies.
No, 100% truth. That's me. That's some of that good boy magic.
Now, when it goes back to the Red Fox, I actually was thinking myself of who could play this. And I had Craig Robinson down. But as soon as I heard Tracy, I'm like, I was wrong. And unlike you guys, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah. I want to learn that from you.
Unlike you guys and Jenny Hutt, if I make a mistake, I make it,
That's true.
I have a hard time saying that I made a mistake.
Chris, did you tell me the studio was wide open if they wanted to use it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they never.
Anybody asked you?
No one asked me about studio time. They never came to like, oh man, I wasn't CC'd on any emails.
Is there a reason you don't say hello to your producer? Because we were called assholes because we don't say hello in the hall.
Yeah.
Even though I'll say this, I never was introduced.
Me either.
When Chris became my producer, I took him around, introduced him to the other shows.
You took him around. You said, "Here's my good boy."
Yeah, he said, "I got a good boy magic I'm working on." At that time, he wasn't a good boy. He was in a container, and it took a while. I had to keep him in a container for a while before I was sure he was a really good boy.
But I could see the other host through the container. I was like peeking out.
That's not even making sense.
I was like, I hope I become a good boy. Is that Brucey?
There's something I want you to try. And I think, Gail, this was your story about a restaurant has ketchup leather.
Yes. So they have invented ketchup leather to be added to their burgers. And it's obviously the flavor of ketchup, but like the texture of a fruit roll-up or like fruit leather.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just getting a nice, almost like cheese, like a slice of cheese shape slathered right onto the burger.
Now, does it melt? As it hits the thing, does it melt on it, or does it stay chewy good?
I think that it stays chewy.
Yeah.
Like it might get a little bit gooier, but it's not going to be melty. It's going to be, or it's not going to turn liquid. It's just going to soften a little, but it's going to be
like about this. You know how it's difficult to get the exact amount of ketchup that when it's out of your hands, really.
Yeah.
Here you just get a nice slice for yourself. You put it on.
Yeah.
And you're able to go into space because this is like space food.
Now, I'm not going to lie. This is the first thing I thought of. You take a little square of that.
Mm-hmm.
You wrap up some French fries. You've got a French fry ketchup leather wrap.
Ew.
What do you think?
No.
I love it.
It sounds good, doesn't
First
it?
of all, you sounded like you were on Shark Tank with that. Now we were supposed to be.
Now, sharks.
I want to do this, though. Can I get a slice of mustard with it?
Yes.
Look.
See, I feel that.
Look how bad it is when you try to put ketchup on. Oh, that's terrible. But now you just put on a little, what I like to say, red leather, ketchup leather. Red leather, ketchup leather.
Red leather, ketchup leather. Red leather, ketchup
It's
leather.
up on the iBang. I don't see any other way to use ketchup in the future.
It's great. And I'm thinking, what other condiments do we need to rethink?
Cream cheese. I would just like to get a big, thick slice of cream cheese.
Mayo,
That'd be good.
definitely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Mayo
mi-
slices.
I wouldn't mind some liquid lettuce.
Now, here's the thing. That's not a condiment, by the way. It's an actual, I guess, is it a vegetable?
Yes, it is.
They say it has zero nutritional value, though.
Yes, iceberg lettuce.
Yeah.
Which is usually what you see on most deli sandwiches. Like the very light is got nothing. It's mostly water.
Oh, I thought you only got like 10%, and then once it digests, you get the rest of the 90%.
Now, let's go back to where we actually were and what condiments could work like this. You want to do mayo as a slice. I'm going to make one difference there. I'd prefer mayo cubes, where you could just have tiny little cubes of mayo.
That sounds good. Or like mayo, the texture of Jell-O. Like kind of like a thick slab kind of jelly.
Would you be willing to go pudding instead of...
I feel it's already so pudding textured.
Yeah. Remember when I tried to do those little tiny ice cream pearl balls for a while? I don't know what they were called.
They were called Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots, yeah. Would mayonnaise Dippin' Dots be something that people would like to pop on there?
Yes, I would.
Pour it into my mouth.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
The thing I like about this too is that come the holidays, like gingerbread man, you have like different cutouts, but for your ketchup,
oh my god, so festive.
Yeah, or on Christmas.
I just got another idea. That for Halloween you do like little cutouts of Halloween.
That's good.
I like that.
Too.
Oh, I got another idea. At Easter you do another
like egg shape, rabbit.
What I just said.
Well, bunny more than rabbit, but these are why I'm called the idea man. I'm always coming up with ideas.
Okay.
They do call you that. Now I understand why.
Yeah.
What other condiments though?
How many? There's not a lot of condiments. I mean, relish,
hot sauce.
Yeah,
horseradish.
Horseradish.
I mean, well, let's just do it one at a time. No, you guys aren't even relish people, right?
I'm not a huge. No, I'm not
on a dog.
No, thank you.
Give me some on a dog.
So you got to go to Chicago to get what I call the good relish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always say when I'm in Chicago and they're putting all this stuff, They basically put a fucking salad bar on your hot dog. I go like that. Oh, give me that good relish. That's what I say to them. Then they go, it's all good relish. I go, oh no, you got some special good relish back there. Reach underneath, give me the relish you give the locals. I want to go out to Chicago and spend the entire cold winter there this year.
Why? It's too cold.
Get by the lake.
I love it. I love the lake effect. That's my favorite thing.
I'm going to buy you a fur coat then.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to stay warm.
I like making the call that I can't come into work today. That's my favorite thing.
I'm going to make a jacket out of ketchup.
I just thought of something great. I could make a shirt out of ketchup, you know?
Wait, that's kind of my thing.
No, but the way he said it, that doesn't make sense. But a shirt?
Because you wear a shirt all the time.
Every
jacket
day
you have to take off.
All right.
Yeah.
Mustard tie.
This isn't the shirt.
This isn't the shits.
This isn't the ketchup leather shirts.
This isn't the ketchup leather shits, is it? Then I found out it's the talking heads. I'm like, I have to sign them, the Saya. Speaking of which, the big headlining gig that Gurion did, I'm just hearing raves about.
Oh, yeah? It went really well?
No.
That makes me so happy.
I think that you guys, remember when I asked you all to go and none of you did?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, you missed not only Gurion, but his 15 opening acts.
Oh, wow.
So you really missed, you missed a night of fun.
This bums me out. I wish I was able to go.
I feel like a
You
bad
worried.
boy now.
You just didn't go.
No, I wasn't.
I just came walking up because I was supposed to be listening to a band, and I'm in the streets, and I just hear Gurion talking, and I'm like, this isn't the shits. At the time, Gurion was saying on stage, but this isn't the shits either.
What is the shirts? Anything?
Yeah. These slices might want to take you back into the edible underwear scene of the 1980s.
Right.
I miss those, man.
And nobody probably thought to go ketchup flavor for those.
Those were straight fruit roll up. You weren't going to get around it. So the underwear back when they did that was edible. It just wasn't wearable.
It was really just underwear shaped.
Exactly. That's what it was. It was an underwear shaped fruit roll up for the children, really.
Right.
But they thought it was terrible if little kids were eating crotchless panties. They're like, this isn't good. This isn't the shit. Wait a minute. Was that a slice of macaroni that was like...
Yeah, there was another strange take. Oh, you know what? That's a fried crispy cheese thing.
Like a parm.
Yeah, exactly.
Crispy palm.
What? He's right.
Thank you.
He's an idiot, but
you
he's
could wear
right.
that too. That's a hat.
Doctors have now pinpointed where we become frail, helpless, worthless human beings.
Oh.
They'll tell you that after the age of 30, you start to have aches and pains for basically no apparent reason.
Yes, I believe that to be true.
Mine came in my early teens, like that. Oh, God.
My back.
Yeah.
My back's killing me right now. I'm all fucked up.
Yeah, you're the perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you start getting weak ankles at age 32. Apparently.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, not only do I not have weak ankles, I don't think I've ever met anyone who has weak ankles.
What does
bad
that mean?
knees, bad hips, but not bad ankles.
Now, what happens with a weak ankle? You're just walking
I think
and
they
rolling?
roll. Yeah, they roll.
The ankle?
Yeah. Can't be as athletic.
I do know a guy whose ankle used to roll all the time. And I had another friend whose knee would give out on him constantly. And that, he would just be, I guess it was an old basketball injury, but he would just be walking along.
Oh, God.
And just go down like the fucking thing. I think, the stuff that people worry about with growing older, like gray hair, going bald, or, keeping weight on, none of that compares to actual pain. To live with pain is just not worth it. And if you're living a life without, and I'm talking about real chronic pain, not the kind of thing of, it's raining and it's taking my body 15 minutes before it warms up and starts to work properly. I'm talking about real fucking pain. I can't sit in a chair. I can't lay down. That's the worst.
I can't imagine.
I hope you never have to.
I know. I have a bad IT band. It's like the muscle or the whatever it is up here.
I've never even heard of this before.
Yes.
IT band.
Yeah. A couple years ago, I did physical therapy for it.
So you got a bad SHIT band. And
no.
But it sounded that way.
That band is fine. But it's one of those things I wake up in the morning and it's fine, but then by evening, every night, it's in pain.
But you should only have done that if you had sports in your background.
No sports.
I guarantee you the guys that are going to have chronic pain, and I bet they are already, is the Jackass guys.
Oh, they're going to be on Oxycontin forever. I mean, they would have.
Well, they
to
were
be.
anyway, so they won't even know when it's time to go on it. But that kind of shit that they did to their body, like Chevy Chase, all his medical problems come from him just doing pratfalls.
Really?
Just pratfalls. Yeah.
That's horrible.
And he was tall. And you don't
Yeah.
want to be tall in this world. It looks good, but it hurts really bad as you get older.
Yeah, when you're young, it makes sense, but you're right. Tall and old never seem to be a good combination.
You'd be lucky if you can find it.
I know. There's not a lot of tall, old.
Like when
folks.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came in here, I just started crying. I'm like, I don't know whether this is going to be the last time I see you. Here, have a mustard shirt. That's my
the
investment.
shit.
Yeah. Not some stupid mustard jacket that nobody
Insane.
Oh, come on,
Hate the
guys.
mustard jacket.
Seems kind of nice.
Sucks.
Guys,
Guys, what is that? A UFO, guys?
guys,
It's a freaking UFO.
What is that?
what is that, guys?
Like, I don't think Michael Jordan's got many years left.
No, too tall.
Shaq's on borrowed time right now.
Shaq.
I see Kevin Garnett play, and every time he jumps, I'm just like,
Is it?
he's thinking, my knees are bleeding right now. He wraps them up like 40 times.
I know. All those guys have
Yeah.
to ice down every single night. Ugh. Just a big thing of ice around your knee every night after work. And ankles. They're icing their knees and ankles.
Before and after. It's like, I got to preemptively
Well,
ice
if
this
you do it
bastard
before,
down.
then you're an idiot and you ruin the sport. It's heat before,
Heat.
ice after.
Oh.
Heat loosens you up,
Right.
and then ice takes down the swelling.
I'd tighten up. That's
Chris
me.
wants to fucking just. Well, you
I
need,
can't. My knees are frozen.
my knees are a little too cold to take this shot.
We're going to numb you up, get you out there.
You know, I never even got so much as an apology from that Jenny after all these years of knowing her.
Oh,
Wow.
Forget it. I don't care. I just wanted to put that out there, guys, because
Yeah.
I like to share everything
That
instead
is
of
you.
writing jokes.
that is so you.
Yeah.
You know.
I want to share every part of my life.
Sorry.
Get that there's my ride's here. I ordered Uber. You actually want to hear noises like that in your life?
I
Like
didn't.
kind of a clown horn coming at
I
you?
didn't mean to have it on. I normally have it on silent, but I was listening to Chris's Periscope on the train because
I
I was stuck at an above ground stop, so I got to see more of it than I usually get to see smoking with
Well, it'd be
Chris.
great an above ground stop if you could see an above ground pool. That would make my fucking ride to work.
I'd pull the emergency brake and say, screw this, I'm getting in that pool.
It was so nice today that I walked to work because I don't know how many more days I'm going to be able to do it. And I was watching Chris on the Periscope as I'm walking down the street like a lunatic person.
Right.
Then I'm thinking to myself, why can't I just put on Die Hard? If I'm doing this, just watch Die Hard while I'm walking to work. Today's Periscope was, I'm going to say this, it was very fucking amusing to me
Thank you.
because that stack of ones that you were bragging about was ridiculous.
I did get to see you pull that out.
Well, I got a call from
Anything.
the International Baller Society.
Now, by the way, he's always just fucking dick broke every day of his life. And as soon as he gets a couple bucks, he's tipping $3 on a $7 fucking butter roll. But then this is what annoys me. You make the guy say something.
You made him say I'm a scope, bro.
And
Yeah.
he is a scope bro. He knows. He remembers
But
me.
I like when you tip. I don't like when someone goes, look, here, this is for you. What do you think of that? That fucking really annoys me.
Really
I want to
gross.
make sure he understands what kind of tip
I
he's
know,
getting.
but you know who used to do that? Like old white suit racists down south.
Yeah.
When
And
they-
it's always a shitty tip, too.
Yeah.
Like they're bragging about something and it's like $2.
Yeah,
I'm
do you
tipping-
like that? Take that home to your babies.
I'm tipping 50% here. I mean, this is huge.
30% is
Oh.
what you were tipping.
Okay. I got the percentages mixed up. I know I'm doing well.
You handed a 10
Yeah.
for $7.
Yeah.
7-10. I mean, this is the easiest percentage game you'll ever fucking play.
A nice round number. Still can't figure it out. That Monster Energy drink was a little more expensive than I thought it would be.
All right, people were saying that their favorite thing is when Chris ran across the street. Chris running.
It was a lot of traffic. I don't like standing still. You know, as I'm wandering the streets of New York City. I don't like getting out of red lights, so I'm just trying to move as much as I can. It's run and gun out there on Smoking with Chris.
Yeah, but why don't you take larger steps when you run? Why are you taking those little fucking baby steps? You run like Alfred Hitchcock.
Because of the bad knee. I don't want to I don't want to hyperextend anything, you know? I want to just make
But
sure.
any toddler has the same fucking spread as you.
Their knees are great.
This is up on the iBang today. Crazy dad finds out that his daughter smoked weed and he fired a gun into the floor.
That'll teach her.
This guy's great. I love firing a gun. You know, no one getting hurt, but just firing a gun off. Okay.
I think it's a way of teaching her. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You smoke weed, you're going to get your floor shot.
Pop off a little bit, all right?
Here's the thing. You don't even know what's under the floor. You could be fucking shooting your water heater for all you know. Or someone could be downstairs taking a shit, taking a bullet in the head because you're mad.
What the fuck?
What state does this take place in?
Wisconsin.
Florida. What's going on, dudes? This is your story, and you got taken from you.
You got scooped, bros.
You sleeping on the job?
Girl oxyed out.
Yeah, I guess. They're just losing it to Wisconsin. You guys hate Wisconsin, right? Minnesota?
Yeah, we have a rivalry.
Why don't you just be best friends with them?
I mean, we are to a degree, but then we have so many sports rivalries that it's just hard to keep that.
But see, here's the thing. I'm from fucking PA. We were best friends with South Jersey.
Yeah,
best friends.
You loved each other.
Yeah, and still do to this day. If I hear there's a fucking problem in South Jersey, I'm like, what do I got to do to help?
South Jersey people pretty much say they're from Philly. Yeah. All the people in Philly go to South Jersey to hang.
But that's what you can share. You can share the Phillies and the Eagles and all
Keep
that.
going like that. What do you mean all that?
I mean,
name the other two teams.
Phillies, Eagles, Sixers.
Oh my God, what's wrong with your tongue?
And the Flyers. And the Flyers.
No, the Sabres come down from fucking Buffalo.
We guys still can have all those sports teams to share. We don't have that. We have our own teams and we fight each other all the time.
Do you think that I hate the people in Pittsburgh?
No.
I do.
Oh.
You should.
I despise them on all their success. You should be hanging around with your fucking friends in Wisconsin. You got to stop this shit.
Yeah. Build a bridge instead of tearing it down for once.
I love that you said that, Chris. It's a great metaphor.
Squash that beef.
There's literal bridges. There's a river that cuts through the two states.
Every state has a fucking river separated.
Jesus Christ, Joe, come on.
That's the reason why, what else are we starting now?
What the fuck?
You're just not going to do it for no reason. We'll just have a state start right here in this fucking field.
This is perfect.
What are we in Nebraska? Where we don't know what the fuck we're doing?
Do we have any rivers to divide this up?
You got to get some Green Bay love, dog. That's what you got to do.
Can't do that.
Get a Green Bay jersey. Get a Rodgers jersey.
No.
Start rocking it.
What? Get a Brady jersey.
Wait,
I have
GVAC
3.
is telling me that I did my fucking things the wrong way. My math the wrong way because I should be taking it off of 7, not a 10. And he's absolutely correct.
Oh, he is.
It's 30% of what you paid, but your bill was $7 fucking bucks.
Oh.
But it's still not 50, right?
Forget 50, but it's 43. I mean, it was closer.
Right.
So I'm going to say this. GVAC, for being able to do quick math, gets a Bennington shirt.
Whoa!
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Only the second Bennington shirt we're giving out in existence.
Whoa!
Now, I'm taking that away from somebody at Thanksgiving because those are only for the Thanksgiving people. So that night I will look around the room and tell one of those people they are giving their shirt to GVAC.
Off there, we're going to make him put it on and take it off.
Now, I hope that he's a triple XL because Chris Stanley ordered 43% of the shirts in triple XL.
Just wanted, more cloth the better is what I usually say.
We're basically giving out night shirts.
Yes. Those are going to be my new jammies.
These are not the shirts.
These are not the size shirts that I ordered.
Fucking hilarious. Night shirts is what we're handing out to people. Here's something here's something that you can say is for your after picture.
Limited edition, people.
The what?
Limited edition.
Limited edition. Okay. All right.
Came out a little slurred.
Limited
That's
edition.
okay. I heard the way this fucking guy said thick thirth.
Sixers.
The thick thirth.
Makes me seem like
Did you have
Shakespeare.
fucking problems when you were a kid?
Yeah, I had a speech impediment when I was a little baby.
Had?
And still slightly do. My S's and my TH's.
How did you ususe to talk when you were a kid?
I would use a lot more spit, so I would say like...
Wait, more spit than now?
Yeah, believe it or not. So I would say like, the 76ers, like, suffering succotash.
I would fucking love that kid.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Kids with speech impediments are the cutest.
Oh, they're the best. If I had a kid with a speech impediment, I'd never take him to get it fixed.
Never.
So he'd stay adorable.
No, so cute forever.
Yeah. What I hate is like the fucking kids that speak the Queen's English. I'm like, who are you, a little genius?
Hate that precocious bullshit.
I do not like precocious.
It annoys the shit out of me.
It's pretty irritating.
Precious, I love.
It's precious.
Who did we just hear was precocious the other day? I forget, but it was used perfectly. I think it was about a fucking friend of ours. Too.
An adult?
Yeah.
An adult friend?
Yeah.
Male or female?
No, male. A little fucking precocious male.
Was it crazed?
Crazed? I haven't even seen him in 3 years. Where would that fucking go from? Why would you even say that?
Did he just pretend to pick up the phone because he gave an embarrassing answer? I'm busy.
He's talking IBS.
International Baller Society, son.
Oh, you remember?
Yeah, dude, I am.
Me
What
too.
else is that for? A certain syndrome.
Oh, irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah. Is that why you do it?
I did that. That's just a coincidence. I swear to God.
I saw Hard Rock Johnny go up and then fall off. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out right now.
Have we canceled the gig?
Oh no!
Please tell me that's not true. I'm looking forward to
All
it.
right. Well, if you have tickets, it looks like it's not happening, folks.
No. I'm gonna get Johnny back on the line.
All right. Now Joseph is saying it's actually a 42.85% tip.
Tomatoes.
I'm going to let GVAC go with it because he's rounding up. That's what I like, a nice round up. Number 2.
You like a nice round number 2.
This fucking shirt, we're going to send one of them to the Smithsonian. It's such a fucking collector's item. This is my other favorite story in the world. Well, let's bring Kashmir in for this.
Okay. Cash.
Talk about fucking precocious.
So precocious.
I know.
And precious, both.
Yeah. And just casual chic every day. Look at that. Well, look at the sweater, the little fucking slippers.
Hello, everybody.
All right. You're a big Katy Perry fan, right?
Oh, yeah.
I want to play you this clip when Katy Perry's preacher dad was attacked because Katy Perry herself is leading children to the devil hell. He's taking children and putting them in devil hell. Go ahead and play this.
Mrs. Hudson.
Yeah. Can
You're the daughter of Katy Perry.
Can you leave us alone, please?
You're the daughter of Katy Perry. Do you know that she is one of the most wicked people?
You're trespassing.
She is a satanic woman who has led millions to hell. And you claim to have a ministry? You claim to have a ministry.
You just need to go.
No, sir.
Hey, I minister all over the world.
Then minister to your daughter, because that is needed more than ever. You ought to know better. When you have a girl that walks with Satan the way she does. Did you see her latest video? I do, and I have no relationship with my son because he is walking away from the Lord and he exploits it.
Before you point your finger at me, why don't you point your finger at
because I have what's called tough love. My son is playing in the road, and I discipline him. You allow Katy Perry to play in the highway, and she is taking you to hell right along with her.
She sells at arenas, no highways.
Millions of young women and young men who are listening to her videos.
I have nothing to do with that.
Yes, you do, because you just said, I just watched your program.
Okay, come on.
You just said.
Do you think you're acting like a Christian right now?
Yes, I am, because I am rebuking you because my kid watches your kid's videos and it's sending him to hell because of the choice he made because of your daughter and your lack of discernment and direction. Shame on you. You're not a parent. You'll be held accountable for what you have done and allowed her to do. Watch her video, E.T. Have you seen her video, E.T.?
Until you can judge others, you should judge yourself.
You call yourself a Christian. I have a right to judge you. I have every right to judge you. And the fruit of your tree is pretty rotten.
Oh, really?
Along
I don't know.
along with your daughters.
You don't know it. You don't
I
know
watched the video E.T. made by your daughter. She's having a sex with demons on the video.
She's having a sex.
Because you are leading more families astray.
But your son is not serving God, so who's...
And I have nothing to do with my son because of that.
Not my son. Your son is not...
You know why?
Because of my daughter.
Because God is angry with the wicked every day, and your daughter is wicked.
That was kind of fun, man. And everything this woman says is 100% true.
Well, what I can gather from this video is that she walked in on her son beating off to a Katy Perry video, and that's why she disowned him. I think that's what she said.
No, Katy Perry has sex with E.T. demons, right?
Who doesn't? I mean, come on.
See, this is the thing. I think if you didn't listen to Katy Perry, you'd be fine right now, Kashmir. But don't you think this woman probably has mental illness that has nothing to do with anything?
Yeah.
But what is Katy Perry's dad wearing around his fucking neck there?
He's a very, like, new age minister, I think. Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Because he looks like he's a fucking Aztec fucking accountant.
He's cutting someone's heart out right now.
It looks pretty cool.
He looks like Iron Man. It's got an Iron Man heart.
A lot of rings too. It's weird. This guy's
I know,
really
he's
fucking
rocking
he's
it, man.
flashing.
He's pretty stylish.
He got shades and the bald head. He looks amazing. He's doing a whole black on black.
I thought she'd be more pissed about I kissed a girl for the whole gay thing as opposed to fucking aliens. You know?
That's old,
She wasn't-
Chris.
she wasn't
You gotta
aware of
fucking
that.
Keep up.
California
You don't even know
girls.
everything that we're fucking doing. No, it's all about ET now. And banging fucking demons.
A Kanye West alien, yeah.
I don't even know this song. Apparently it's a big one.
Is it
Yeah,
good?
It's a good, it's not her best, but it's a good one. It's, yeah.
Yes, I am, because I am reviewing.
You run them both, dude. You know what the fuck you're doing.
It was a remix.
By the way, I wanted to point this out. I don't know if anyone else caught it, but I was walking in today, and I'm watching Scope Talk, whatever the fuck Chris calls it.
Smoking with Vice Correspondent Chris.
And like a moron, he tries to name check Tom Sharpling, and he calls him John Mayer.
Yes, I heard it. I heard him say, John Mayer's been saying that my camera work is shoddy.
How would you confuse those two?
What happened there?
Did you even know you did it?
I have no idea. I know.
I tried to send you a message. And then you're like, hey, what's up, Gail? And I was like, did you read what I said?
Co-worker. Fucking read what they're saying to you.
I have to start doing that. I was talking to my guest, Mark Zito, and he had a John Mayer hoodie on. That's why I had John Mayer on the brain.
So everything's John Mayer from that point on.
I can only handle one person in the head at once.
In the head?
In the mouth?
Okay.
My mind?
You're walking right
Doesn't
into
seem
it.
like you should have a scope show then.
Oh, yes, I should. It's great.
Oh, yes, I should.
I was very embarrassed about that.
Apologies to John Mayer. That was meant for Tom Sharpling.
That one's on me.
Too late.
Fuck.
Another story up on the wire today. KFC is trying out delivery service. You know how, like, you're sitting in your house and you're like, I want someone to bring me KFC.
Yes.
Like, when
All
you
the
have
time.
the option to get delivery, and you've already decided that, you know how you wish it was KFC.
Yes.
Like, even of all the things you could deliver.
There is the one thing about fast food is you have to eat it immediately.
Yes.
Like, if you don't eat fast food as quick as you possibly can, you will not finish it. Because you're
yeah.
like, oh, what is this turning into? So,
Warm fast food is like the worst thing going. You can deal with it when it's hot. You're like, okay, this is...
the Big Mac, I've never even finished one because the last two bites, it becomes a different food.
Personally, I like chicken nuggets not very hot. I think they taste better when they're room temperature.
That's so weird.
You can save this for fucking fast food with Chris. That's Scope Talk. How come you're an asshole and you don't say hi to anybody in the hallways?
I always give people, hey, what do you do to eat by them?
What do you do?
How do you do? How do you do?
What do you do
What do
here?
you do? You know how he's always asking what people's jobs are in the hallway?
Like, hey, Liam, what's up? Spencer, looking good. I'm always being affable out there.
Maybe if you did that, then I would be introduced to people. I wouldn't be called.
It was your job to take her around and introduce her to every single person.
Now I'm the a-hole.
That's all. I apologize to you, Gail, for not introducing you.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
I'm going to rectify that.
After he clears out John Mayer, though.
John Mayer.
Yeah, that's right.
This is John Mayer. John Mayer, I'd like to introduce you to John Mayer.
I'm going to be walking around going, hey, John. What's up, John?
What do you do here, John Mayer?
You are a fantastic guitar player, my friend. And I want to introduce you to another fantastic guitar player, John Mayer. Now, here's an interesting thing. You both wrote a song called Daughter. At least I think it's called that. I never really looked up what your songs are called. Supposedly, Stanley, the other producer, you ignored in the elevator.
Is that what happened?
No recollection of that whatsoever. I think these people are talking out of turn, and they're making up scandalous lies about me. That's how I feel. I would have said, what up, Jenny producer? That's what I would have said. But Jane doesn't go around introducing her producer to anyone.
Well, because they get assigned to her.
Yeah.
But
what does she do in her show? And here's something I taped earlier today. Now I'm going to go in the other room and watch TV.
That's what I've heard.
I wouldn't know. Wasn't invited.
You're joking again.
Just kidding.
You could have played it cool, but if you're the guy doing it, take it on. You want to do a one-on-one with her? Now's the time.
No, it's been soiled. Yes.
Let's see what else is out there today. I'm glad we got you for this as well, Kashmir. Dancing with the Stars banned gay dancing on their show. They do not want two men dancing together because it's disgusting.
I didn't even know that show was still in the air.
Yeah.
So.
And also their genitals could rub against each other.
Ew.
And then
Do a little tent dance.
blood would rush to them and each genital would become erect.
Double boner dance?
Double boner dance.
So many erections on ABC these days.
Well, they're trying to. Now, here's my thing. I think that they're faking that they're not going to do this, so everybody will start yelling, gay dance,
Gay dance, gay dance.
and then feel better about themselves. But they said ABC has been known to do this, and I never even noticed this, but on Modern Family, the gay couple never kissed each other for the first year or so.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I didn't start watching that early, but episodes I've catch, I definitely have seen them kiss, but I guess it took a while for it to get going.
Yeah. It took actually complaints of people saying, when are they going to kiss? But I don't, since it's a family show, I don't know if any of the couples are all that sexual. Like, I don't know whether you ever saw the old man make out with the hot fucking Colombian chick.
I don't think that the Dumfies are Frenching.
There was a thing when the Dumfies were going at a doggy style and their kids walked in.
Right, that's true.
What?
It's a classic episode.
Classic. Pause. No, nothing. Yeah.
I tried.
So do you want to see, as a gay man living in America in the 1970s, do you want to see gays dance together, or does it matter to you?
I mean, doesn't totally matter, but I would say, yeah, I would want them to dance, because I feel like just a cool costuming could happen. There's so many opportunities I could do, like songs alone. Yeah.
So
The Boys Are Back in Town. That'd be a great dance. It'd be a great gay dance.
I don't know if anyone could dance to The Boys Are Back in Town. But it's always funny to me that this is supposed to be ballroom dancing and then they play some weird pop song.
Yeah, this ain't hitting Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. All the genitals are up right now, yeah. Little jazz hands, yeah.
I don't know if it's going to work.
I personally want to see it. I'm pissed at Dancing with the Stars.
Who were the dancers this year? I didn't know it was still on TV either.
Paula Dean was one of them.
These dancers were just going to be two like dancers, not even stars. They were just going to be stars. I mean, dancers, because I think a gay musician was going to play a song that's about two gay guys making out, and then they were going to have two guys dance to it. So that's why ABC was like, no, this can't happen.
Gary Busey, Nick Carter.
I let Gary Busey dance with Nick Carter.
That sounds great.
How am I not watching the show of Gary Busey's dancing? That's got to be amazing.
We're ready for the dance of the gay man.
No, whatever happens, Busey just breaks into a twist.
Why he should definitely win then. That's the best dance.
We're gonna have to take points off for the constant twisting. Gay man. Fighter of the straight man.
Really?
Dater of your son. We're always ready for an off-the-cuff parody on this show.
It's fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is John Mayer. And all of you people watching are also John Mayer. Look at fucking...
He looks great.
He's fantastic.
Time of his life.
Very tight in the upper body, but doing great.
I am going to shock you guys and let you know this. I was at a concert many, many years ago, before all of you were born, seeing a major, major rock and roll star. And for the encore, he brought out Gary Busey, and they both performed together.
What?
Now I need you to guess who this major rock and roll star is today.
Bruce Springsteen.
Is correct.
What? I got it on the first one.
Yes, you got it on the first one. Mr. Bruce Springsteen brought out Gary Busey because the Buddy Holly movie had just come out.
That's crazy.
I'll tell you something else. Gary Busey used to jam with Robbie Robertson. And at least from Busey's point of view, he said that they were both going to start a band, which never happened. But that was years ago, before his brain accident. He wasn't always like this.
No, he was not. It's
But this is why you should wear a helmet when drinking. No, he wasn't drinking. He was riding a motorcycle.
I was going to guess Yes brought him out during a show.
And how would that have fit in at all, Chris?
That was just a guess. That was just where my head was.
No one else got their chances because Gail had to come in and nail it.
I
right
had
from the
no
beginning.
idea.
Great job, John.
Why did you think Springsteen out of everyone?
I don't know. It was a wild guess, and to be honest, I thought it was going to be an overshoot.
An overshoot. How would it be an overshoot?
Like, I thought it was not
Like
going to be so.
really little Steven?
No, I mean, I
Max
thought it was
Weinberg?
a bigger star.
By the way, Max Weinberg Orchestra is playing over at the Rainbow Room. You can go see them. Chris walked right by it, could have stopped,
God damn.
brought it up on his scope today. But instead, he said John Mayer is going to be performing here tonight.
That was one missed scope. I feel like shit. Love to have gotten Weinberg on my scope show. He could have been a scope bro.
Carla Finch says, it's not about the gay dancing, it's about the problem who will lead. I think it's a slippery slope if you start letting men dance with men. What's next? Men dancing with dogs?
And then dogs dancing with dogs.
Or dogs dancing with cats? Or dogs dancing with bananas? I mean, where does it lead? Where does anything lead? If you let someone do something, it's going to lead to something else.
And then back to bananas dancing with men. And
I'm oddly fine with that.
and then having sex with an E.T.
Some sort of an E.T. demon.
Demon devil. You don't want to end up in devil hell, my friends, because it burns like a ring of fire. If you go to hell, the initial joke should be, is it just me or is it hot in here? Serious. How?
Turn up the AC.
Or if I went to hell, the first thing I said when I met people, I go, call me Bernie. And then when both of us would start laughing really hard.
Feel the burn.
Get it, guys?
Yeah. We all get it.
It's forever.
But really, did we ever turn the fire off at all? No.
I think if you have a good sense of humor, they're going to be light on you. You know what I mean?
think so, too.
That's the only way to do it. Or prison rolls, you just
The other thing that would be funny is
shank someone on the first day.
if you're just walking around with a hot dog on the end of a fork. Going, how's this not done yet?
Oh, that's real hell.
You're laughing, Chris, but you're going.
Oh, shit. What do you think's worse, like the fire and brimstone hell, or that the hell they say was like psychological, where you're like stuck in some like fucked up dream and bad things are happening to you?
None of them are good. But nothing, guys,
I'll take the fire.
Nothing could be worse than fire, could it? And staying in fire, and I would yell out, how am I not dead yet? I've been dying for so long.
Come on.
After a couple thousand years, you get used to it.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
You lean into it.
The worst part is the indigestion, which I suffer from here
Do
in
you
hell.
really?
No, I don't. But I imagine if it was hell, it'd be
I thought
terrible.
your big, thick tongue caused your food.
It's coming, Joe. Don't worry. You will.
Ew.
All right, Dead Cat Skippy said men dancing, period, is awkward. I would agree with that until you take a look at a Fred Astaire.
Yes. He's very light on his feet.
Unbelievable.
The way he moves.
I think he had lessons.
Calling him out.
Yeah. I'm calling you out,
Right
Fred
now.
Astaire. That is not fucking natural. I like the way Chris dances, where he just sits in one thing and shakes his head back and forth.
You
Yeah.
like that? I'm feeling that groove. And then make kind of like humping.
Yeah, he does a lot of humping when he dances.
Well,
Air humping.
Okay.
I think he better get used to humping only air, but that's me. Yes, John, what is it?
Yeah, Ronnie. I think Gary Busey's main problem with his motorcycle accident was the mushrooms he had taken before he hopped on that bike.
Always have to blame drugs. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Everybody blames drugs.
It's the cause of all the world's problems. Bruh.
They're fun sometimes.
Look, if you can't fucking drive on mushrooms, that's your fucking fault.
Yeah.
They're not illegal. Hell, some people put them on steaks or hamburgers. Now you're saying you can't drive like that?
Mushrooms don't kill people. People kill people. That's what they say.
People who kill people are the luckiest people. Children. That's the part who gets weird for me. Why aren't we singing about children now, Barbara?
Let's stick with people. We've already established people.
I remember the first time I heard Streisand sing that song, I said, this is not the shits.
Shit.
They're over at Staten Island. Hilly got him a gig there.
You got him a paying gig.
Yeah, you got a paying gig in Staten Island. This isn't the shits. I forget who put this up, but Abby the Abused Chicken, that the animal rights group has out.
I don't want to look at it.
Well, it's not a real chicken. It's a chicken costume, which every high school should fucking have this on the sidelines. Now, what is on that chicken, Dan?
It's a lot of blood, and the chicken, so it's for Mercy for Animals, some animal rights group, and they're protesting outside of Miami McDonald's, and the chicken has a lot of blood, a slit throat, and has just been through a hell of a lot in life.
What's with the polyps, too? Like, why'd they have to add those weird polyps? Ugh.
This doesn't make you want chicken.
No, not really.
I
It's
could eat a
working.
bucket of wings
this
right
is
now.
working.
We could get KFC delivered right now.
Animal accidents, they work it. I don't know. I don't think I could look at any stuffed animal and make me think of reality. You know, I just can't do that.
And is that a costume? Is someone in there?
No, it's a real person. It's a giant fucking
It's a
chicken.
real abuse.
They've been through hell and back.
What do you think it is? How could it be anything but?
What was your other option?
I've never been to Miami. I don't know what people look like down there. I'm open.
Well, there's not giant fucking chicken people. That's
I
what you're
learned.
worried about.
Okay.
I've never been to Miami. How come you've never been to Miami?
I get so sweaty.
It's
Yeah.
too sweaty for you?
Too sweaty.
What's the furthest south you've ever been?
I've been, I don't know. I'm bad at geography. I've been to New Orleans.
Well, that's a real sweaty city.
Well, like, it's just the food there. So I just ate beignets for days. And then I was just fine. And I just powered through the sweat.
sweaty donut eating.
Seriously, his mind is rolling down a hill the way it starts to go. Here is we're getting a little rock and roll update from Jim in Iowa. Jim.
Hey, hi guys.
Hey.
And girl.
Hey, what's up?
Years ago, I was in L.A. I think it was the Roxy. Paul Butterfield, Rick Danko were playing. Gary Busey was playing guitar with them, and he was doing all right. He was no John Mayer, but he was doing all right.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think he played all of his own stuff, if I'm not wrong, in the Buddy Holly movie.
Yeah.
But he actually could play.
Correct.
But even when I saw him, he acted like a fucking idiot. Like he was doing that thing with his legs, like bow legs, and swinging back in it. And I'm like, I've never left the show early. I feel like going to the fucking car. And it honestly went through my fucking head that this is something that would happen in Philly and not New York. Because it would always piss me off when I would read like magazines and people always came out on stage in New York. You know, fucking, it would be a fucking Lou Reed show and then Bowie would come out.
Right.
And you're like, why doesn't this ever fucking happen in Upper Darby? You know what I mean? Why isn't this going down? And then we get Gary Busey coming out. I don't know if they did Peggy Sue or some shit like that.
He's very proud of his Buddy Holly impression.
Well, he was nominated for an Oscar for that.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. And now, in hindsight, you go back and watch it, and you're like, boy, does this look like an after-school special?
Yeah.
But at the time, it rang big.
People loved it. People loved the Busey.
Juicy Busey, they used to call him.
Juicy Gary Busey.
Still call him that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, Juicy
I haven't seen him in a while.
It's my boy, Juicy Bruce.
I thought you called him John Mayer, like you call everyone else.
I'm pretty sure that's John Mayer.
Hey, everybody, John Mayer here. Did they tell you this was John Mayer? Why don't we take a break right now? We'll be right back. Bennington. Well, anyone who knows my radio history knows a big part of it is Lily, who we worked with back 57th Street, and then here she was Jenny's Hut's producer. Then went on to, was it Syracuse or Rochester? Rochester, New York, and now is a world famous baker.
Hello.
Good to see you. It's been a long time. How long has it been?
It's been about 4 years.
4 years.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing about that. That's like someone's high school years. Like to adults, you're like, hey, if someone said to me, hey, how's Lily doing? I'm like, great. Saw her not too long ago. But this is like not seeing someone since the 8th grade when you're graduating.
Yeah, but as you get older,
Yeah.
your time frame just totally shifts. Cause
Yeah.
like exactly what you said. I had no idea until I actually thought about it last week how long it's been since I've been on the radio.
Yeah.
4 years.
4 years since you've been on the radio
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
And you gave up that dream for your true dream. Baking.
Yeah, I don't know if it was ever my true dream. I think I just sort of fell into it and really began to love it.
But you grew up in the food business,
I
your
did.
dad,
Yeah.
right?
It was sort of inevitable, I think, for me to end up there.
Now, the thing is, and I don't want to bring up ISIS, but Lily is a Muslim. And every time there's one of those beheadings, I always see her favorite
Really?
on Twitter.
You're favoriting them all?
I don't know.
He's monitoring my YouTube account.
Yeah, I'm not sure what favoring actually means, but I hear other people say it, so I thought I'd jump into it. So you brought us some of your baked goods.
I did, yeah. I hope you guys are hungry.
Now, you never, are you in a relationship now? You never married though, right?
I did not marry in the
Yeah.
time that I haven't seen you guys,
Yeah.
and I'm still not married, and I'm still single, like I was last time you guys saw me.
You must be just really difficult to get along with, I'm guessing.
I must be.
Look at all these baked
What
goods.
is all of this?
So, I think the creme de la creme of baking is the baguette. I don't think that
Right.
you can get anything that's more perfect than a baguette. And so I wanted to give you guys some, of which I think is the most perfect baguette.
And you're very, very proud of your baking.
Yeah,
You're like-
I am. Or you can pass that down.
You don't think like the hard buttered roll is the creme de la creme of baking?
No, because a roll really shouldn't be that hard.
Chris got one out of a cart today and loved it. Well, first of all, this is
It's beautiful, too.
Just touch it. It's like air.
Oh, my God.
It's like
it should be.
air with a nice crust.
Yeah, you don't want to cut into a baguette and have it look like Wonder Bread. It should be nice and airy, not dense, you know?
Wow.
Oh, my God. That's great.
It's out of this world.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Chris is buttered. And you get nothing.
Really?
Because you
Salted
never were
butter.
nice to Lily all those years.
Let me get a little taste of that bread. A little bit of that butter, too.
Did you used to fight with Lily?
I believe we fought a couple of times.
I think he was one of the guys that I actually always got along with well.
Who did you fight with, Dave?
Dave and I fought like brother and sister.
Right.
Earl and I fought just because I felt like Earl was slightly incompetent. Which I mean, I adore him, but
Yeah.
Mooch and Lily would fight a lot.
That I never understood.
Danny and I from ONA. Oh, I mean, whoops. Whatever.
Oh, with Jay.
Oh, okay. Got it. Things have changed a bit.
They have. There's a lot of divorced couples over here.
Oof. Stanley survived.
Stanley made it through and is actually now the king of scopes. This is
It's
unbelievable.
crazy good.
It's good.
I can't believe it.
Here's a little bit of a croissant.
Now, where
Croissant.
do you sell these?
So I'm working at a bakery downtown in Tribeca called Arcade Bakery. It's arcade as an architectural arcade.
Wait, this croissant is out of this world.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm working with an incredible baker, he's super talented. Sort of like the Ron Bennington of baking.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good stuff.
This is phenomenal. This is literally some of the best stuff I've ever had in my life.
I mean, you can compare it to things you can get in Paris. Probably better than a lot of places in Paris now.
Now, the kind of bread junkies in Paris will wait in line 3, 4 o'clock in the morning for the first bread to show up. And they just want bread, right?
Right. And they want the freshest bread because the French will not eat a baguette for dinner that they picked up at lunch. You know, that's how, they need it fresh out of the oven.
How many baguettes are they eating a day?
They can eat probably 3, one with every meal.
Now, this to me is true. I always found that the New York bread is falling off, but this is some of the best bread I've ever eaten in my life.
This is crazy. The
And this
croissant
guy
is
trained you, or?
Yeah, so I've been with him for a few years. Actually was the first person he hired, and he's competed in like the World Cup of bread. So he does like a lot of fancy shit, and he's pretty much probably the best in the country.
He's phenomenal. This is phenomenal bread.
Yeah.
Now, you get up what time every morning now?
I'm up at 5.
Oh, that's
It's not
so
bad.
Yeah.
My last job, I was working for Danielle Ballud.
Oh.
I was working at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I was up at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Did you work hand in hand with him, or you just saw him
No, not
sometime?
at all. Not at all. It's too big of a restaurant group, which is why I left. Like, you can't really get one-on-one training that way.
This is phenomenal.
It's so
Thank
good.
you.
I can't believe it.
I'm so glad Chris isn't getting any of this.
Yeah, me too.
This is seriously some of the best bread I've ever had.
Well, can I just say, Chris looks like he's lost a little bit of weight.
He has. And stand up, Chris, and show your...
Is it because he's got one arm and
he's got one arm. He shaved his head.
I got a bandana now. It's slimming.
It is.
I think that's what you're noticing.
It's the bandana.
Yeah, wow.
This is all
It's amazing.
fantastic. I think it's very romantic to bake bread.
If you guys are ready for dessert. Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing, Ronnie. It's interesting that you say that because so many people come in and out of bakeries. We have these things called stages where people can just like come work with us for a day.
Is
or,
that
like,
right?
Free help. You know, the food industry does things like that because people want to learn as much as they can as quickly as they can. So people always have this idea that baking is so romantic and then they get there and they're
It's
like,
hard.
oh, whoa. So I have to carry how many bags of flour that
It's
are 50
so
pounds each?
physical. Yeah.
It's incredibly physical. I'm in the best physical shape of my life. Super toned.
My Uncle Eddie used to bake bread. We never even met him, Gail, but we have like home movies of him and his buddies. And this was like that real Philly Italian bread. And they used to bake in their boxer shorts. They would
Because it's so hot.
It was so hot, and they drank all night.
Yep. And you probably didn't even go to the bathroom because they were just sweating it all out.
That I didn't ask. I never asked him about that.
What was the urine
I'm always
situation?
curious. I'm always
Yeah.
curious.
What is this?
Okay, so this is our newest pastry. I think we just got a write up in, I don't know, one of these food blog things, Grub Street or one of these things, Eater. This is a s'mores Danish. So it is the croissant
God.
dough with some dark chocolate, graham cracker, and marshmallow on top.
Well, Again, this is so light to pick up. It's crazy.
Oh my God. That's so good. That's crazy.
It's like the 4th of July.
I prefer denser desserts.
Oh. That's nutty good.
Yeah.
That's out of this world.
Where is this place?
It's in Tribeca on Church Street, 220 Church Street. It's in the lobby. And actually, it is kind of romantic because it's sort of like this hidden gem. You have to walk down this arcade to get to it. And so
is,
like a hidden gem.
Is your clientele mainly New Yorkers?
Yeah, mainly New Yorkers. Although we make it on these blogs a lot for like best bakeries in New York. So we tend to get a lot of tourists, a lot of Asian tourists. They love pastries. I don't know what it is.
Because you ever have Japanese pastries? They're terrible.
Garbage. They're so obsessed with rice, they can't fucking get over it.
I'm like, who buys a macaroon for $3.50? Asians.
I would.
I don't like macaroons
If
enough.
it was good enough, I would.
I do like a macaroon.
You do. Gluten free.
I'm not a macaroon person, but if I heard someone had the best macaroon, I'm like, yeah, give me that fucking macaroon. I'll have it right now.
Hit me off, bro.
But you're right that the Japanese pastries they're really beautiful. Like they're like, I love to walk into a Japanese like bakery and look at their little pastries. But then they're nice.
By the way, you know what
you
know what I hate is like Cake Boss with the fucking
fondant.
Everything fondant.
Yeah,
it's
like
disgusting.
Fondant's gross.
I'm like, okay, great. It looks like Lionel Richie, but then I don't get to eat fucking dessert. What are you showing us?
Traditional Japanese pastries.
Oh. There used to be a thing right around the corner, and they all tasted like bean. No matter what you were tasting, it was tasting like bean.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
I hate them.
Who, the Asians?
No, they're pastries.
Oh, okay.
I like
bread's out of this world.
Western
It's crazy.
pastry.
Joe, I'm going to give you some of this.
Oh.
Joe gets some, huh?
Guess who I pissed next to, Joe?
Who?
Geddy Lee. Me and Geddy Lee shared the urinals.
That's pretty
You're
awesome.
a giant Rush fan?
Yeah, I like Rush. I grew up a drummer, so Neil Peart was just like the...
Do you want to run down and see some of it?
I saw them earlier, yeah.
You don't want to go down and see them talk about it?
I'm out. I can go later.
All right.
Anthony's there reporting for me.
Well, you can go down.
You're right here. You're so close.
They're on the same
Unless
floor, bro.
he was actually playing the drums, I would run down there. But he's not. He's talking with his mouth, so...
You never met him before, right?
No, I have no idea who this person
Hi,
is.
I'm Joe.
Guess who?
Joe.
That's Joey Jojo. Yesterday we had a big radio war with your old friend Jenny Hutt.
Oh, whoa. What happened there? Seems like you guys have always been feuding.
Yeah, this is a real fallout this time, though.
Whoa.
After today, after people were reporting some of the stuff that she and her producer said, I'm not firing any shots today. I'm waiting.
That's big of you.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until to see if I feel this angry on Monday.
It's good to let some time go by.
I'm going to be down in Tribeca on Monday picking up my bread for this.
This is crazy.
Monday,
The baguette.
Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. We like to keep pretty decent hours.
Now, if I go down there, what's the best time for me to get the best bread?
Well, we're baking throughout the day. So baguettes, the last bake of baguette will come in at like 2 p.m., 2:30. And we close at 4. So you're always good. And we're baking croissants throughout the day, which is really the way that the French do it. You know, some bakeries will bake literally everything they will sell before 5 a.m. And then if you're picking up at 5 p.m., it's already been sitting on a shelf for 12 hours.
Am I crazy that this bread is getting better as I'm eating it?
The texture.
It's unbelievable.
It's the crust of it.
I really wish I could make fun of this bread. Damn.
There's more. I have more
Yeah.
sandwiches if you guys want to taste it. I don't know how
Nobody
interesting
else
radio
wants
this is,
anything.
I want some. I want
Chris,
some of the bread.
you're in the wrong room to get bread.
I mean, I got to be on this board. I know these guys want some bread. I know Cashmere and Jam Band want some.
A lot of new faces in there.
Well, intern time. And then Dan, come over and be seen.
This is so good.
Dan is a cartoonist who also is working for us now. And he's making, we went to Montreal. And what did you win, Cartoonist of the Year?
Century.
All right, whatever. He was the best this century, but it's only, 15 years old this century, so who cares? I mean, the fact that you don't have to compete against Hanna-Barbera goes to show you how lucky you are, my friend, because you never do shit against them.
But the next 85 years, nobody's topping me.
Well, I don't think so either, What is those?
These are sandwiches. This one is a ham and cheese with salted butter, which is the classic. And then this is our newest vegetarian sandwich. It's on a pretzel bun. It's cheddar, apple, arugula, and honey Dijon.
That's your favorite, Chris, isn't it? Pretzel.
Can't get enough pretzel bread. I'd love to have some.
Yeah.
How beautiful it is.
So pretzely.
You get nothing, Chris, because you're in the other room.
Sorry, Chris.
Not even a piece of the pretzel bread?
Nope, you can't have it.
Sorry, Chris.
Come on.
Well, you know what? You had your butter on a hard roll today out of a fucking cart.
That's my favorite bakery in
Which
New
you
York
never provide for your panel. So this is so
man.
exciting for us to finally get fed.
I don't even want the other stuff on it right now because I'm doing the croissant and this,
The croissant's
and this baguette.
crazy.
It's amazing.
That's all I want is that bread. I'm staring at it right now.
And this is exactly the way we would eat in France.
Yeah. Simple.
This would be like a breakfast in France.
Yep.
People get up and
We
have
have a bunch of French customers who, international people who live in Tribeca and wherever.
Right.
They come and they eat one baguette a day every morning.
Mama should go and do that since she lives in Tribeca on her time off.
She's missing out.
Yeah, she's fucking up bad.
She'd be having half a dozen goddamn baguettes a day, some pretzel
All right,
rolls.
send one of your goddamn peons in here to pick up some food for you.
I dropped a bunch of arugula on the floor.
Jam Band, go get some bread. For me.
And you actually can you're making this bread.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
This is your bread.
Well, this particular one I may not had anything to do with because I was off today. But
you can make it though.
Yeah, I make it on Sundays. I do it all by myself.
And you went to school for this as well?
I did. I went to the French Culinary Institute for baking, took their bread course, and here I am.
Why is Jam Band just hovering here?
Jam Band, grab some pretzel for me. Come on, buddy.
Just hand
What,
her
are you
that.
nervous?
Yeah.
Jam Band, chill
Take that
out.
in the other room.
Stop weirding everybody out, Jam
Anybody
Band.
want a Coke? Coke?
Cokes.
Take Coke.
Coke?
I don't need
Coke?
Coke.
Coke? Lots of Cokes.
Coke,
Pepsi?
Cashmere.
A nice like ice. So
Ice,
not,
Cashmere,
like, drink.
ice.
I don't want to fucking drink.
Yes,
You know what
Gotta
I mean?
be on ice.
If something room temperature comes into that room, I'm going to flip the fuck out. I want nothing but ice.
Jenny's producer is right. You're an asshole.
I like coldness. If that makes me an asshole, then I'm asshole number one.
Yeah. Well, this is fantastic. So what do you hope to do? Dump this guy and then start your own place?
I think my dream is actually I want to own my own sandwich shop.
Really?
Like I like the fancy stuff. I know how to do it. It takes about 3 days to put together what I brought for you here.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, croissant 3 days. Most of our sourdough bread's 3 days. So I would love to have a sandwich shop and then possibly have a chain and then sell to McDonald's for $1 billion like Chipotle did.
Well,
That would really be the ultimate dream.
what would your sandwiches be?
I'm not sure yet. I wrestle with the idea of do I want pre-made sandwiches or do I want made to order, because people are so specific anyways.
You want made to order.
And and I think that's the key. And if you can keep a sandwich under $10, I think that's also key.
I think if somebody comes up with on this kind of bread, like a good bacon, egg, and cheese, they're going to become a billionaire.
Yeah.
A billionaire in a city like New York where people are moving. And I think they would. Chris, how you like it? I say you're acting like an animal instead of enjoying it nice.
I am enjoying it.
Classy. It's a French baguette. You got to
Yeah.
be classy when you eat it.
I am enjoying it.
Okay.
But why are you taking giant bites?
I'm hungry.
Why are you hungry? I just saw you eat a buttered roll in your scope.
I'm a man
hard, stale buttered roll.
It wasn't stale, it was crunchy. I'm a man of big appetites.
Not just one, really.
That's true.
Laughing with his mouth full of sandwich.
I always think he's choking when he does that.
No, I'm
Please
good.
be careful. That's not a joke.
Tonight, Dan's going to be at Hindsight. And where's the gig at, Dan?
Cantina Royale in Williamsburg off the Bedford stop on the L train. 8 p.m.
Gail, you're going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
I'll be there as well.
Joe's going to be there. Chris?
I'll be scoping out there on the streets of Williamsburg.
And you'll also come inside as well?
Yes, I will.
Are you going to tell your Hindsight?
If he fucking lets me on stage.
Do you have a good story? Good enough to tell on stage?
Yeah, I got a good story to tell on stage. I got something I've said here before that I think would just destroy on stage.
Oh, it was about that time you got drunk and blew your buddy?
That's a good one.
Surprisingly, not that one.
I've heard it too many times.
Are you still dating Earl?
I never dated Earl, so no, I'm not still.
Earl was the person that told me that you were a baker now.
He did?
Yeah.
He will show up at my job occasionally.
With his
out
camera?
of nowhere. with his camera and his phone, and he'll just sit there. And we're closing down, and I go, oh, we're trying to clean around him. I'm like, oh, don't worry about that guy. That's just my friend Earl sleeping on our tables.
Earl would do.
I'm not even kidding about that.
He would do just as much work at a radio station. And now he's with Johnny. Maybe Johnny could help you go into business. Well, yeah, I guess your dad, right? Your dad knows that business.
Yeah.
So what are you waiting for? What's?
I'm just trying to learn a little bit more. Learn as much as I can.
Are you thinking New York City though?
Definitely not New York City. The overhead is just too high in New York.
So where would you go with it? Where would you open?
Maybe Jersey. Why
can
not?
You start a chain out of Jersey though?
Of course you can. Why not?
I will tell you this about Jersey. There's really a lot of good food in Jersey. A lot of good comfort food, Italian food, stuff like that. Hoboken is that guy who opened up the roast beef sandwich place, killing it. Killing it.
You went to that place, right?
Well, we had some brought over here.
Right, that's what it was.
And there's a line every day for this guy.
That's what I want. That's the dream.
Let me think of the name of it. I will think of it. It's not far from where Cake Boss. I think it's Fiore's or something like that.
It's the same area as Cake Boss?
Yeah, I think it's the same area. I mean, Hoboken isn't all that big.
Fiore Deli. And that fucking roast beef sandwich is the greatest thing I've ever had. I'll eat 4 of them a day.
How could you say that when we're just eating this kind of bread straight from Paris?
Horrible.
Why do you guys
insult
say
me like that.
something fucking insulting?
Let's throw some roast
I
beef on
always
this
knew
bread.
he didn't like me.
He never did.
Now I know.
He never liked
For
you.
sure.
I would like you better if you brought in some roast beef sandwiches from Fiore's.
Finally, the truth.
You're still not dating anybody.
No, I mean, I've dated a bunch
Bakers?
of people, but
What did you
I think
date
I dated
the flour guy.
I did actually date one baker. It was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, well, sure. You guys could go to bed early at night.
7. I'm exhausted.
Sad, but that's true.
The only people that you could date on your hours is a morning radio guy
Absolutely.
and a cop.
That's it.
Because they can come and go as they please.
I think I'd rather take the radio person.
You're anti-cop, huh?
I am. I've always been. I've always been anti-cop. I can't help it.
Is that because you're Muslim?
No, that's because I just have an attitude problem. And every time I get pulled over, which is not often,
right?
But every time, before I even roll my window down, the cop's like, "Oh, here's your ticket. Here's your violation." It's just something that I can't hide my disdain for police officers, and I don't know why. There's some good ones. But
So you stand with Quentin Tarantino, 100%.
I'm not even sure I know what he said. What did he say? That
He's
cops shouldn't shoot
said,
black people?
Yeah, he said, "Fuck the police. Fuck the police."
Just like that. That's a direct quote.
Yeah, but he was one of the few people who didn't apologize after everybody got mad at him.
I appreciate that.
He said, "Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, fuck the police." So you probably took it the wrong way.
Do I stutter? Except for the time I kept saying fuck.
Yeah,
But I meant to say that.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I mean,
stutter.
I think if you stutter on purpose, it's fine.
Like my generation style.
Yeah. And that guy actually did have a stutter for a while.
Really?
And yeah, that's what he wrote the song. He was still stuttering. He wrote it, like when you had your speech impediment. Joe.
Yeah. It's probably like 5th grade.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I went with a grade that doesn't have an S in it.
Right, 6th and 7th.
6th and 7th. 6th and 7th grade.
That's a weird kid.
Yeah.
You're a little weird.
Yeah, he's fucked up.
You're a little weird. What's up with that?
When I was a kid?
No, I just mean in general.
Oh, yeah.
She means right now.
Yeah, but
He's
Maybe
kind of
because she doesn't know your comedy. Tell some of the jokes you write.
Oh, hey, yeah. Hey, I was on Safari last month and I saw this cheetah and it was running pretty slow, so I switched to Google Chrome. It's a one-liner.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. No.
Thank you.
You pausing for the laughter?
Yeah, and I don't know why it's not coming. It usually does.
Really?
Yes.
When you do stand-up, you do well?
Yeah. I have.
Why don't you go out with Dan one night?
I don't know if I'm on
actual clubs.
I don't know if I'm on Dan's level.
But yeah,
No,
but
you're not on Dan's
You're not,
level.
but he'll take you under his wing. He'd love to do it.
Well, I'd
Wouldn't you,
appreciate
Dan?
that, Dan.
You're not going to be on Dan's level by fucking writing jokes for yourself in your bedroom.
I'd be happy to go out with Joe one time.
Well, you're having a hindsight tonight. I'll tell my hindsight story.
Well, you're not getting up on that, but future nights.
Okay. When's your next hindsight?
Really?
I have one story that I really want to tell.
You really want to leap straight to hindsight.
Okay, so it was about the time that I slapped hands with Dwight Howard while tripping acid at the Minnesota Timberwolves game.
Is that the punchline of the entire?
No, that's actually the whole story.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
This is the thing. You shouldn't give that away.
Yeah, we're going to lead up to that.
Okay.
Leading to it.
Okay, so there I was. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minnesota Timberwolves playing. Who? The Orlando Magic. Good boy, Chris Stanley. Here we are. Me and my friends.
Seriously, this story sucks. It sucks.
You got no good boy magic in there, bro.
So we decided to take acid before we go see the Minnesota Timberwolves game. We drive there, we're having fun, but we sneak underneath the bleachers toward the players tunnel. I don't know how we pulled it off, and there's Dwight Howard walking by. He'd just done some press, so he was lagging behind the rest of the team. Yeah, Joe, did you shake hands with Gilbert Arenas? Yeah. Their coach? Yeah. Tall white dude who starts on the bench? Yes. Here comes Dwight Howard walking by. Really slow. And there I am. And we just touch hands, and I leave it there, and he tries walking away, but I just leave my hand there. And I slap it away. And then I just go, yeah! And slap hands with all my roommates trying to get some of that Dwight Howard hand residue on them. And then I just hear him down the tunnel just laughing because it was such a funny yeah.
It's the worst acid story. I've heard so many great acid stories, but the fact that you just slapped hands with a large black man.
Yeah. Well, that's just more.
It was all truth.
Yeah.
Like, there was no
there was no suspense in your story.
Oh,
at all.
Let me finish. We were actually in a park the whole time.
And never was Dwight Howard.
No, that was actually Dwight Howard. We were actually at a game. I was just trying to spice up the story now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did not work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's not good enough for hindsight, is it?
Not even close.
There was nothing to hindsight in it.
Yeah.
It's literally my only story.
Couldn't be hindsighted.
That cannot be the only story.
Joe has a lot of mundane sports stories, I'm learning.
You guys remember the 2001 Minnesota Twins?
Are you from Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, all of his stories are just tied in with it.
Makes sense.
How could you tell a dull acid story?
I mean, it seemed good at the time. I guess it's one of those you had to be there stories, which
no,
kind of sucks.
No good story is, though.
Yeah.
You know how many people have slapped hands with Dwight Howard? About 1 million.
Yeah. But how many on acid?
Yeah, but something funny would have had to happen while you were on acid.
It's got 20,000 people every game. People waiting by the tunnel. Everybody.
Just do your yeah again.
Yeah!
Okay.
Yeah.
You miss radio, Lily, when you hear stuff like this?
You know, I kind of missed it as I was sitting out in the lobby area.
Did you really?
Yes, there's like a lot of excitement going on. I saw like a big time director.
Who was that?
Michael Moore. Just walking through the lobby.
Really?
Yeah.
And Rush? Did you know Rush was there?
Did.
Yeah.
Well, I had to ask somebody because I was like, who's that?
You're not a Rush fan.
Well, I don't really know what these guys look like, you know?
Well, you grew up listening Muslim music. That was your thing.
Exactly. Sitar music. Like that was good. It was really good.
She had a blanket over her head, looking out. You know why she's never dating anyone? Because every time she does, her dad kills him.
Oh, that's
a lot of bodies at this point.
For bringing shame to the family. Is this the music?
Yeah.
This is her music.
This is it. Except there's a difference between Middle Eastern Muslims and European Muslims.
Not to us.
All the
just
same.
To clarify.
This is like what she would hear in the morning when they get up and do her morning prayers. I would just lay in bed and go like this. I'm doing them. I just always made sure my bed faced Mecca.
3 times a day.
One eye.
Did you see that they killed that ISIS guy? What's his name?
John.
Pittsburgh John.
Jihad John. Yeah, they wiped him out. They said they eradicated him.
They're for sure that it was
No,
him?
they said 99%. They said it was either him or another Muslim. So whatever.
They all said no collateral damage, which is nice to hear.
Yeah. In the meantime, later we'll hear he was holding the baby.
He's driving.
No collateral damage that we're willing to report.
Yeah.
Is usually what that means.
The robot drones tell us there were no collateral damage.
Roby, was there any collateral damage?
I'm still eating bread. Loving it.
It's so good.
I eat a little tiny bite at a time and just
savor it.
That's my problem. I never savor anything. I just
You already
Yes,
done with your sandwich.
I saw
right?
you eat that
That
sandwich.
thing's gone.
Why?
Because it was good, so I wanted to have it.
No, it's the opposite.
You eat good food and bad food the same way. You eat it fast. If you take him out somewhere nice, he stuffs it. If he's finding leftover pizza, he stuffs it.
And I like it both the same as well. They're both
And
good.
then the only time he brings up a taste is if someone else said this is good. And then he goes, oh yeah, it is good.
There's good stuff. You're right.
I didn't
say it.
notice the flavor.
If not, he would just eat it as if he was a scavenger. A fucking hyena that had just found a dead carcass in the street.
It's like the road. Right? I find a fucking sandwich in a vending machine.
Dude, I haven't fucking finished the book
I'm
yet.
sorry.
Did they find a sandwich in the vending machine? Fuck.
No, he was reading that.
It's the pinnacle of the entire story. They should have called it the sandwich.
Well,
instead of
I'm
the road.
listening to it on tape right now. I like to do books on tape online. That's what I call it.
Stream it?
Elvis Costello did this thing, 600 pages.
Yep.
And then he read the whole fucking thing.
The whole thing.
He said it took him 3 weeks. 3 fucking weeks to read a book about himself. Like, why don't you just tell us?
Tell me a story.
Why are you reading it?
Hindsight me, Elvis Costello. You don't
Yeah.
have to read it out loud.
I think that would be so difficult if you had already, submitted your book and then you have to go back and read it aloud and then you're like, oh, I wish I would have changed that part.
Yeah.
That stung.
Hey, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd have
It
to
really
say,
bother me.
Yeah, I should have edited this.
This is much too long.
I don't have a sports acid story, but I got a sports angel dust story.
Okay.
So this is many, many years ago, and I was with reality star Don Vito and another friend of ours, right? As Don Vito Margera. So we're at Mary's On and Off Tavern, and we're fucking shooting pool, and there's a Phillies game on, but it's in rain delay, right? And we're fucking whacked out, and he goes, hey, I can get us into the fucking stadium. We should go up and watch the last couple fucking innings. And I'm like, what do you mean you can get us in the stadium? He goes, I have a way. So we fucking leave in his fucking power van, the three of us, smoking fucking dust the whole way. Smoking that angel dust.
Get wet.
And we're listening on the fucking radio. And sure enough, the fucking game is restarting, but a lot of people had left the stadium. So we come up to the stadium. I go, how do you get us in? And he goes, like this. And he just runs past the fucking person. So we all fucking just run past. This is his connection,
way.
right? So we fucking run into the place and we go all the way down and we sit behind the fucking dugout and we're whacked the fuck out. And it's the 9th inning now and it's like fucking bases are loaded. We're sitting behind the visitors' dugout and we're fucking we're knick-knacked. So the place is going crazy, bases loaded, and he fucking walks in a run, right? And so they're pulling the visitor's pitcher, and he's walking over towards the dugout, and he fucking turns around to the ump and he yells, fuck you, at the ump, right? And the ump just goes fucking crazy, and he just jumps up, and he goes, you're out of the game, and the place is erupting, and it was me, Vince, and fucking Bobby Pierce. All of a sudden, Bobby starts going like this. What did I fucking do? I'm cheering like everyone else. So now we're just looking at him, right? And he's fucking yelling, why should I have to leave when I'm just... And I fucking look at him, I look at Vince, and I go like this. Bobby, you just better leave because he's not going to fucking stop this. And he's screaming back at us, why should I go? And Vince is saying... Just wait in the car, right? Now he's walking up the steps. He turns around every third step and he starts to yell back, "Fuck you! This isn't right!" Now people around us were staring at him because the guy's believing that he got fucking thrown out of the game. It was the funniest shit I ever saw. So the game gets back on. Me and Vince are fucking laughing. And then we turn around and we see this fat guy with a fucking t-shirt wrapped around his head with just his eyeballs sticking out. And that was his fucking disguise. He took his fucking shirt off, wrapped the fucking t-shirt around his fucking self with just his eyes darting out. And I just jump up and I look at the ump and I yell, "It's him! He's trying to get back in here!" He's fucking ducking down and shit. It was the funniest shit ever. And that's why I think you can have fun smoking angel dust. Thank you.
And that's how you tell a story.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and later that night, we drowned a baby.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
We thought it was something else. We didn't know. We thought it was a catfish we were back in the Delaware River.
You were shermed up.
Yeah.
That story was so good, it couldn't even be hindsighted.
I know.
I had not one question.
No, Dan just went back. He was just fucking checking his phone. He didn't want to hindsight me at all.
God forbid a hindsight happens around here.
I know.
I'm down to hindsight 24/7.
You didn't, Dan, is what we're trying to tell you. This was your one fucking time to hindsight. You let it go.
You got fucking unhindsighted, dude.
You got blindsided.
Oh, damn. That was good.
I guess that's what's going to happen tonight. Just blindside, left and right.
That's what I'll tell my blindside story when I found a large black man and made him into I let him live with our family, and then made him into a semi-retarded football player.
And he had never had a bed before. That's all I took
You
from
mean
that.
this is your first bedroom?
It's my first bed.
You're my son, my soon-to-be very rich son, who I'm going to play at Ole Miss. Somebody even said he doesn't even talk to that family anymore.
Good. They were just using him. They're users.
Yeah.
They're just booster alumni jerks.
They fucking tied him to a wagon. He used to have him fucking pull shit back and forth.
God damn it.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
That's awful.
That's some Muslim shit. No offense.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
definitely.
none taken.
Good.
That's
good.
Straight up muzzy right there.
That's not a
Why aren't you doing a bakery show on radio?
Is that interesting, though?
To me, it would be. Although we can't make any of this in our at-home kitchens, right?
You can make some of it. You can. It just takes a lot of work. It's a lot harder to do it at a home
My
kitchen
parents
than a
bake bread
professional.
every Friday.
Yeah? Any good? You can make
It's
good bread. I
fantastic.
make good bread at home. If
Yeah.
you know the techniques, the right
Yeah.
techniques, you don't need to do it in a bakery. You don't need a 10,000.
My parents haven't bought bread in many, many years.
Yeah.
They have
Good.
they have a baking day.
That's awesome.
Isn't that weird though?
It's great.
Their bread is so good, and it's crazy to think like they don't need to buy any bread of any kind. Like they do it all.
They hate store-bought bread.
I just hate bread becoming the enemy. Gluten. Gluten is awful. Sugar-free. This fucking gluten-free craze. We can curse on this channel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So I'm fucking tired of it. It's not the bread's fault. When people come into the bakery and they're like, "Do you guys have anything that's gluten-free?" You're like, "No, bitch, I don't."
I remember a time when glutens didn't even exist.
Yeah.
I never even heard the word gluten.
Isn't that weird when they like get obsessive about one new thing and then all of a sudden everyone starts saying it? You're like, wow.
Your cousins, they're little kids. They don't eat glutens.
No.
It's horrible.
And I don't think
Their
that
mother
but
told
they're
me
not
that.
allergic, I don't
No.
think.
That's the thing. If you're allergic, fine. I understand. You cannot, you can't digest it. It's painful. But for somebody who's just, I feel better. I feel healthier when I'm gluten free. No, you don't. Because nothing feels better than eating a fucking bagel.
That's true.
Nothing
That's very
feels
true.
better than that. I don't know.
This is as happy as I've ever been. And they said it's like eating a loaf of bread.
It's worth it.
For 6,000 glutens. I don't even know what gluten is exactly.
Gluten is the protein in the bread. Basically, is what gives
So
bread
you
structure.
take the protein out of it.
Yeah, but that's why gluten-free bread is so shitty, but it's also why gluten-free bread is like cake batter. There's no structure. It's not dough. There's nothing to really hold itself.
I always
in a way
wonder how everybody in the world kind of invented bread on their own too.
It's probably one of the oldest food items that we cooked. I mean, other than holding raw meat over a flame, mixing, ground wheat with water and cooking it on a hot stone is probably one of the first things we did.
I don't know how they came up with it.
It's a pretty
I would never
bizarre
would
thing.
think of it. I would never have thought of it in a million years.
And every culture you go to, everywhere in the world, they have their own bread, whether it's leavened or not. Most of it's not because, leavened bread isn't as old as just flatbreads,
Right. See that, Stanley? You're learning stuff all the time.
I didn't know shit about bread before today.
All you know is you ain't got none. And once you do, you get it out of your pocket as fast as you possibly can.
Spent immediately.
Stop buying bread off of a food truck.
You know what? That's my bakery you're talking about on 48th and
I mean,
48th and 6th.
Support the artisanal bakers.
Do we have our surprise guest here yet?
They're coming up now.
Here's what I want to do is we want you to hide your eyes.
Oh, no.
Hide your eyes. Oh, yeah, bring it in.
Oh, no.
What are you worried about?
I'm worried it's going to be one of my ex-boyfriends or something.
Why?
You've been known to do that from time to time.
But see, here's the thing. I never know who your ex-boyfriends are.
Or you know most of them.
Yeah, but you're always in secret with it. Like, go ahead and put it on her.
Geez.
Put it on her.
Come on, Kaji.
No, you can't see anything at all, right?
No, I can't see anything.
Okay. Now, by the way, does her ex-boyfriend even know that she's here? So, by the way, the person who's coming in doesn't know that you're here either.
Oh, wow. So it's a blind.
Oh, are we putting a thing on him?
We could put a thing on him.
Yeah, let's put a thing on him.
Oh my God, that's even better.
Yeah.
I'll put my bandana around his head.
Oh, no.
No.
You're a fucking greasehead. Yeah.
Should I move this stuff?
Yeah, move all this stuff.
Move your purse.
Okay.
It will still...
Go through it first. I want to see what's in there.
No, she's got that blindfold on.
This has never happened in history.
Ever.
That two people. So here's the thing. You both have to use fake voices.
Oh, God.
Can you show us your fake voice?
Yeah, do your fake voice right now.
Hi. Wait, I didn't even know where the microphone is. Hello.
That's good. I like that fake voice.
That'll be like on one of those like Dateline shows when people want to.
Yeah, I never watched Dateline, but I know it's good. Watch out for like her elbow around that water and stuff too.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
I'm going to move your water.
Can you see anything?
No.
Okay. How many fingers?
I'm going to move it over here. You
You
let me know
can't
when
see.
you
She's not a liar. She wants to do this. Don't even let on that you're a girl.
I'll never guess.
I think this is going to make you happy because I think you guys aborted a baby together.
That's a special connection.
I know.
Wow, it could be so many people.
That's the beauty of it. That's what makes it fun. Name of the game would be guess who you aborted with.
By the way, I was really insulted the other day. I parked my car in a garage, and when I got my car, I found a Planned Parenthood pen in my car. I was like, how the fuck where did this even come from? I was kind of insulted. Like, I thought somebody had planted it there. Like, I needed to make a trip to Planned Parenthood. Anyways.
Somebody wrote in that Mooch doesn't like you because you're racist. Is that what you guys thought?
Why? Who? But he's white. Why? I don't even understand that. Why would it bother him if I was racist?
Well, I guess he just doesn't like racism. Being from Ireland and all. We had a lot of racist problems there back in the Troubles.
Yeah.
But they were racist against Catholics. So Stanley went down to get himself?
No, I got him, but now we're just briefing on what's about to happen.
Okay. He looks like the Dread Pirate Roberts. Okay, so this is very exciting.
This is exciting.
Both of you are blindfolded, and neither of you know who. Oh, that's a good.
Like that.
That's a good fake voice, and Chris, make sure he. All right, so, I almost said one person's name. That would have ruined everything. Both of you said in your fake voices, say hello to each other.
Hello, person.
Hello.
Now you can ask each other questions.
What's your name?
That's cheating. That's cheating.
Oh.
Did we ever date?
If we did, you disguised your voice when we did it.
By the way, this is the best thing ever. We should have been scoping this shit. This could make it. No, I'm kidding, Chris. Sit the fuck down.
See, the problem is, Ron, I couldn't answer the question because I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to use names too. So go ahead, keep asking each other stuff.
Have you been here before?
Certainly have.
Yeah.
How about you?
Are we doing the same voice?
You really are. You're both doing the same voice.
Did I replace you in a voiceover?
Yeah.
I've been here before.
So if this goes on for a little while, I'll give you hints. Okay? I'll just say this. Is it time for hints or let them keep falling around?
Let's do one hint.
Okay.
A light hint.
No, this would be a heavy hint. You two have been very close. Very close. What are you really? I don't mean on top of each other close.
Are you mad at me about anything?
That's always a possibility. One of you is not playing at all, so terrified that it could be one of my ex.
If I've been on top of you before and you're not mad, you could only be my wife.
Whoa! Did you pick up on something now?
There was a clue.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to tell you both this. I'm going to give the big clue. You work together.
Did you ever work at Arby's? I used to work at Arby's.
You know who it is?
I know.
Yeah. I do know
who it is.
Are you mad?
No.
Okay, good. You have to say who the other person is.
Jamie Lissow?
And you know who this is?
I do know who it is. Is it Lily? Oh my God.
I've never been more relieved in my life.
Oh my God, why do I still have my blindfold on?
Oh my God. Now, here's the funniest thing.
Oh my God, I'm tearing right
Both you guys contacted Chris at the same time.
You're kidding.
Looking to come in the same day. And I'm like, is that crazy?
That's so
We haven't
funny.
talked to Lily. She just told us in 4 years. Yeah. So you guys didn't have hard feelings towards each other.
No, and we also never slept together.
No, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only reason.
That's exactly right.
That's the only reason. But you were convinced to the last second.
Yes.
That it was somebody that you...
I was terrified.
Yeah.
Because it could have been a whole bunch of people I didn't want to see.
I'm always scared of any type of secret since with my drinking past.
Right.
I'm always afraid at any time that someone's going to be angry with me or be confronting me about something.
No more drinking?
No.
Well, how many years?
3 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
The blacked out the night before is the, most terrifying thing ever when people are bringing up stuff, especially when they say you were so funny last night.
Oh, yeah, that's the
and
worst.
they tell you something that's horrifying to you.
Usually they mean incriminating.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of funny.
Or they're just like, no, let me just finish. It was funny. And you're like, no, just stop saying the story right now.
Yeah,
I don't want to know.
And then sometimes the only way to recover from that is to drink again.
I would.
That's what
Even
creates
now.
the cycle.
Yeah. But wouldn't blacking out, imagine like if you blacked out without drinking, you would go and try to get a brain scan immediately. You know what I mean? Like, something horrifying has happened to me. I lost my memory from last night. And I wasn't acting like myself. But to be able to go, I was simply drinking.
Well, we had those beers.
Yeah, makes you feel like it. Well, if you black out on beers, that's really bad, I think.
Yeah, I would drink some strong beer sometimes, honestly.
Yeah.
Some of those IPAs with 9% alcohol and stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes while I was waiting to drink the beer, I would drink whiskey with it.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't help,
Now, you guys worked together for how long?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
Really?
2 years in
Yeah.
Rochester,
The
yeah.
Brother Weiss program.
That's right.
Now, and you guys never put on blindfolds and try to guess who each other were?
And yet you were so in tune that
Not
you did
sober.
the same voice.
Unbelievable.
That was so strange.
What made you go old man? I went old man because it's my only option. Hello there.
Lily just really stopped playing when she was absolutely sure it was an ex. Who did you think it was?
I have no idea.
Somebody we went and dug up?
There was one that I thought could be a possibility.
Who was it?
I'm not saying it on there.
Write it down.
Give us his website.
I don't even want to write it down in this series.
But you know that I'm always good about not saying when stuff is written down. That's like
I get
it. Code to me.
Jamie Lassau's in studio.
Yeah, we know. Now.
And Real Rob premieres on Netflix December 1st. Go to Netflix.com for more information.
Thank you.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Now, tell everybody what happens with that.
Oh, yeah. So it's a show I wrote with Rob Schneider, and it's premiering on Netflix December 1st, and I play his assistant, 8-episode series coming out December 1st.
That's exciting because I remember when we worked together, he was actually in the beginning phases of something like that.
Wow.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I did a show with him. I opened for him, and I started writing for him just a little bit here and there. And sometimes I would stay up all night and then go to and write a thing for him, and then go to morning radio on no sleep. One of those things, where you just try to get it all done. And yeah, then fast forward. And
there's nothing like doing morning radio with no sleep, because if you're just a half a beat behind where you should be, it's worse than if you would passed out on the floor.
I would come in stoned, so I was more than like half a beat behind.
You would smoke pot on your way to work in the morning?
Yes.
That's a problem. That's seriously...
Just like a nice little rip in the morning,
Yeah.
just to,
Do you still smoke a lot of marijuana?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Did you have any of your bread for Jamie? She's a very fantastic baker now.
Well, I know that Jamie's always had sort of, you've always done like the diets and stuff.
I do a little bit.
If you're doing gluten, right?
I love gluten.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
I find that when you remove gluten, things taste horrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you
thank
have to buy this. She bakes this.
Wow.
And this is like world-class French-style baguettes that she makes. So it's out of this world.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
And by the way, the person that you wrote down, I would never in a million years do to either one of you.
Yeah. but there was a certain something that I was like, maybe it could be him.
Maybe.
Possibly be him.
So I take it you don't stay in touch with any exes.
No, I do. I actually did even see him recently.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was
particular gentleman in question. Yeah.
And it was nice.
It was nice. Yeah, we had dinner. It was very nice.
Yeah, he's he truly is a gentleman.
Honestly, very very sweet person.
Yeah, one of my favorite people in the world. Jamie, how are you one of the few people that never slept with Lily?
Yeah. Never got a chance.
Married.
I was married at the time.
But how did you and your wife never sleep with Lily? Because that's always a possibility.
We never did that. We never really hung out. And it's hard on radio because you're at work, but your wife's listening the whole time.
Right.
Other jobs, they can't see you on a webcam.
Right.
So there was no chance.
And radio, working together in radio for 2 years is like working together for 40 years in any other job.
I loved Lily. I mean, Lily was so awesome to have.
We had a great time. Jamie and I, talk about somebody I never fought with on air. It was Jamie.
Is that right?
Yeah. Chris Stanley? I don't know about that.
But it's like working together in a submarine. You know what I mean? Like it just after a while, doesn't matter what. And if anyone's ever been on a road trip where you and your friend are just driving cross country and after a while you start to just stare at each other, that's radio. That's what radio is like for a job.
Yeah, and a submarine's actually a great comparison for the show we were on. It was, do you find, I find comedy is like that too. When you go on the road and you spend 1 week with a guy, there are guys that I call my best friends that if I added up, I've spent 5 weeks with.
Right.
But being in that, submarine.
It's so intense, it's like you're married. Especially if you're sharing a thing.
Yeah.
You wake up, you decide what to go eat together, everything that you're doing all day. There's one really famous person that I spent a week like that with, and it would almost be ridiculous for me to tell anyone how close I felt with that person. But that person, we were together like every waking moment, debating these psychological things and all. And since he's passed away and he's incredibly famous, I don't even, I've told people that I met him, but I never bring up how crazy intense that week was. But it's exactly what you're talking about.
I had one I remember very well with, I know a friend of the shows and of yours, that Ron White was one of my first condos.
Yeah.
5 days with Ron White and learned just about life, comedy, everything. And he had this, I was the MC and there was a feature act and they had this arrangement where Ron would get the feature act, this really good weed, and the guy would be almost his mate, he would cook every meal for him. They had this bizarre arrangement.
Yeah.
But it's just, you're all living together in this little house and it was,
I'll never forget it. It was only 5 days.
Well, he is such a bigger than life character. You know what I mean? Like, he is, to me, what people in the Old West that become legends are probably like.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because there's just so much there that even he can barely, and he is so funny and such a great storyteller, but he makes it look so easy that I don't think most people even realize how brilliant. I just saw that joke that he did about Trump and the wall, and it was short, it was concise, and it was like a fucking philosopher would have come up with that bit. And yet a comic is never going to get those kind of accolades, you know?
He's a genius. I remember his one joke, the one line that would floor me was he was next to a guy that was really nervous on an airplane.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, when do you think we're going to land? And he goes, I figure we'll probably beat the paramedics there by about a half hour. Just everything he said had so many levels to it.
Yeah, it's so funny all the time. And he's running for president. He's got my vote right now.
I vote for him. I had no other options.
Well, I was thinking about Chris Stanley and his Scope Bro thing, but who knows?
Oh, please let me get on the ticket with the Scope Bros. That's all I want.
Now, neither one of you went back in radio after working in radio, right?
Well, after Rochester, I did come back and I worked with Jenny, and then after that, I haven't worked in radio again.
You didn't work for Jenny that long, though, right?
No, it was maybe 6-7 months.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm 2 days behind because I listen on app. Is everything okay?
No, we had a major radio war.
I heard about. Oh, that was just okay. I did hear yesterday.
Yeah.
Did anything? How's it going? Anything resolved?
We're not talking right now. I've cooled it out because we were goofing around and they took it very serious and then said some horrific things about everybody on the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Comparing, I'll try to put it in a nice way. Comparing us with rectums.
Wow.
I can't.
Well, what exactly did they say?
That we don't say hi to them in the hall.
Rectums don't do that.
No, we don't. We don't. We're the rectum show.
I guess everybody wants a party thrown for them every time they walk down the halls here.
It would be nice.
That would be a blast.
I came up with this if everybody's wearing name tags here, because I don't know everybody. I'll see people in fucking studios here that are acting like they've been here for 100 years. I never saw them before. And then the next day I've never seen them again. I don't know what the fuck these shows are.
It's very strange. It happens at nighttime. There's a lot of shows that I don't recognize.
Are there a lot of shows that are just like monthly, like the 1 month, once a month, and maybe that's why? Because I get that all the time, where someone will give me a nod, and I'm like, I know I don't.
I know your boyfriend Jerry Cooney is once a week.
Yes, he's once a week. I believe Mondays.
Yeah, Mondays.
Yeah,
Great White Hope.
We're close now.
He lost to some of the greatest black fighters of all time. He lost to Larry Holmes, George Foreman, I think Michael and Leon Spinks. He was just, he was been in terrific fights. Yeah. Never won, though. Not the big ones. I mean, he had a great record. But that's the kind of shows that we have here. I don't understand how it happens. Now, you guys, do you miss radio?
I miss it every day. I was actually hesitant to come back because I was like, I'm gonna get that itch again.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you ought to do the Baker's Corner. Where you're just talking.
I don't know what platform would take that.
That's great.
We have a cooking channel here, right?
Yeah. There's
the
like
Martha
Food Network.
No, Martha's long gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
The only problem with the Baker's show is what do you do the second show?
That's
the first show you tell them how to make bread.
Yeah.
Sliced bread.
So
never, God forbid.
See, that's the
don't break the cardinal one of the cardinal sins.
You don't slice bread.
What?
Yeah.
Why is it so popular?
Because people are fucking idiots. It stays fresher if you don't slice it.
Look, I like me some white toast. You guys make white toast
So slice
down
it yourself.
there?
Get a fucking bread knife.
See, the thing with him is he believes that Wonder Bread and the chemicals that come with it are the best thing that ever happened to the planet.
It's a beautiful, sweet taste of that Wonder Bread.
I feel like if my 5-year-old saw Chris eating something, he'd be like, "Can I have something a little more adult than that?"
That's true.
Come on, Jamie.
That's fucking true.
Come on, man.
His views on diner toast alone.
He actually says, we were in a diner one day, and he goes like this: the best thing in any diner is toasted white bread. And I go, how could you even say that? He goes, you know how you can't make it at home? And I go, how can you not? He goes, you know how like when you put the butter on and you rip the bread all up?
Yeah.
That's because obviously your butter is at the wrong temperature.
Yes.
You got to leave a stick at room temperature.
I tried.
What are you, an animal?
I don't have time to take the butter out. I want the toast. I wake up.
You got nothing but time, bitch.
I prefer. Yeah, listen. When all is said is done, I prefer the Diner White Toast. So good.
That's so funny. But it's sad, Chris. At the end of the day, it's sad. That's where we are with you. Do your Plug City, because this is big for Jamie.
Real Rob premieres on Netflix December 1st, all 8 episodes. Go to Netflix.com for more information. And Jamie's performing at the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas, November 16th to the 22nd.
Sweet.
Go to LaughFactory.com for tickets. And on Twitter, it's at Jamie Lasso.
Good for you, Jamie.
Are you here for the New York Comedy Festival?
I'm actually here I'm doing some Red Eyes, a couple of Fox News Red Eyes.
Oh, yeah,
Did that last night. And I'm doing the new Greg Gutfeld show on Sunday.
How's that show doing? Exciting?
I guess it's going all right. Yeah, but supposedly it's pretty funny. So that's Sunday at 9 p.m. on Fox News. Because Greg was the previous host of Red Eye, and now they have Tom Shalhoub filling it, doing the show now.
Well, he's a good friend of yours, I remember.
And so,
He actually did the show before, Jamie Lasso.
Yeah, that's right.
He busted my balls, and we got him coming in here. You understand that?
Yeah, but the show's good. It's like it's a little bit of a different format. It's like a talk show more, than like than a talking head thing, but still the funny. I'm a great Gutfeld fan, so
yeah,
a little more room to.
And that's on Sundays?
It's on Sundays.
Yeah.
I don't know what time, but I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., something like that.
I'm going to be checking that out.
Yeah, pretty fun.
And then what did you do last night?
Last night I did Red Eye as well, actually.
And how did that go?
It was great, man. It's a super fun show. If anybody has never seen it, it's on at 3 a.m, so you kind of can get away with a lot of stuff.
That's the only time I watch television, Jamie.
Because I don't want people to think, whenever I do the Fox News, do you guys feel when I say like because remember I just emailed Chris my Fox News. I don't have any, I don't have strong political opinions. I feel like sometimes when you come out with, you're on this channel or that channel, you're going to lose. As a comedian, I kind of want to make everybody laugh. Sometimes I feel like I get a little judgment when I say that.
Right.
But I really do have, I really have no strong.
You have no backbone whatsoever.
I have nothing. She's
you
right.
just want people to like you.
I do.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But they're pretty open on that show anyway with that kind of stuff. I mean, they're for what is normally going on that channel. I feel like they're a little bit more
definitely
forgiving of that kind of stuff. They want all kinds of folks on that show, right?
Yeah, like you can have any viewpoint at all. There's no censorship, and
And they're our neighbors.
Oh yeah,
right next door.
Oh, that's right. Right
yeah,
over there.
they're our neighbors.
That's right.
So that's why we're so close.
That's very cool. I'm glad you guys are friends again.
I was staring at Greg Gutfeld doing his show one day through the window on the ground floor, and that was shooed away from the window.
Really?
Yeah, they thought it was dangerous or something.
Can't imagine why a guy like you with a weird sling that matches his shirt.
Thank you. I think it's a good look right now.
Who's our neighbors?
Fox News.
Fox is our neighbors.
Best friends.
Cool.
Shep Smith is out there smoking all the time.
How come you've never gotten him on your scope?
He's been trying.
Every time I've tried, I think he's been like on remote or whatever. So when he gets back in the home base of Fox News headquarters, that's when I'm going to get him.
Now he's chewing on this cigar and a little leaf got on me.
Oh, man.
I thought it was a shard of baguette.
No, my throat is so sensitive. Mm-hmm. I'm like a baby.
Yeah.
If anything gets stuck for just a second.
You think that's like because of the cord?
The cord.
I'm going to be honest with you, I started to panic when that happened.
Yeah.
Why?
I just was so worried about you.
You didn't move?
I didn't know which was more important, the show or your life. Like, I was having trouble.
Let me just point you guys out. You weren't talking or helping me.
I hopped up and tried to grab you, and you pushed me away.
No, you never hopped. You just turned around and leaned like that. But no, always keep talking.
I thought the listeners could hear me staring panicked, and that would help.
I didn't move. I was just sat here.
No,
I send cashmere with water.
And that feels good to you. Water is going to help a choke person.
I thought that is what you do for choking.
It's my
water.
biggest fear is being around.
Water would never be the thing to do.
I thought that clears the throat out once you have a
It's
sip
the
of
exact
water.
opposite.
No.
It gets stuck in the throat.
That was hurting you. That I apologize.
I feel like Chris left early from the CPR class after they handed out waters.
So what is the correct course of action?
He actually went to a PR class where you slice somebody if they try anything. You need to get what is ever on my throat, a tiny little piece of tobacco leaf. I'm like a baby when it comes to the throat because I really did have the cord wrapped around my neck. I'm very sensitive to any kind of throat things.
Yeah.
That's why I always leave my shirts too far open. Like, I can't breathe. And people are like, you want to button up a little bit? I go, I can't. I had a cord around my neck decades ago. Every year, anytime I get together with my mom, I make her retell this story, and she gets really mad about it. And I go, what did you do? You were like, I guess not paying attention? You wrapped a cord around my neck? But I was basically born hanging. Yes. That's a terrible way to be born. People wonder why I don't like nurses.
That's why.
It's frightening, right? My kid had the thing wrapped around his neck, and it's frightening because every time the white woman pushes,
right,
it wraps because you're pushing the baby out, and it's getting tighter, and so you're watching the heartbeat on the little monitor, and every time it happens, it goes to just some scary level, and people rush in.
Gail had the cord around her neck, though, but it was very loose. But when I saw it, I started freaking out.
Shit.
And started yelling, the cord! The cord!
It's genetic.
And they're like, it's not they go, it's fine.
I was wearing it more like a scarf or a necklace.
Yeah.
I was just accessorizing with it.
I think your mom just had a lot of extra cord there. Kind of gross after that. That's what Elvis went through with his wife. He's like, oh, that's what it's for? Elvis said he never would put his penis where a baby's head was. No.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. And he never banged her again until he found out she banged someone else.
And then he went back to banging her?
No, just one vicious bang.
Right.
What would be called, I guess these days, sexual assault or rape, which we didn't refer to back then.
Or having one drink with Bill Cosby.
Right.
Yeah.
Bill, let me ask you, when you first did the...
Interview over.
When you were with Fred just seeing it getting all blurry. Last thing you see is just a dick going up into your eye.
No.
Well, there. But he'll never get out of that, huh?
No. It's done.
If he was booked on the show, would you want him to come in, though, and just talk about another project if they said, we don't want you to talk about, raping women?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd have to welcome him. There's so many other things I want to talk to him about.
You have to bring him in.
Like, even if they didn't say, it would take me a while till I got to the rapes.
So, we've been talking for a while now.
It'd be like, Johnny Carson, now when you first did the show, we're looking at what, 1965? Everybody would be leaned in like, get to the rapes now.
You can hit it any time. He was raping for decades. You can flow it at whatever.
How soon before he asked you if you wanted to sit in as a guest host?
And you keep leading him in like, and now the question I'm sure everyone's wondering, why the sweaters? No, that's not it at all.
I wonder, like, if as soon as, like, the drugs hit those women, they were like this, hey, but that's something being business soda, baba.
That's where he got it.
Yes, that's his thing.
The inspiration.
Can't write stuff like that.
Yeah. I personally don't like being with women when they're, as I call it, too awake.
Right. They're all chatty then.
Yeah.
Never
all energetic. I like them when you're just dozing off. That's my thing.
Yeah, during a lucid dream is one of my favorite.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. You know he could get any woman that he wants.
That's what's so weird about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then even say to them, why don't you do this Quaalude?
Mm-hmm.
I like being with you when you're all fucked up. And they go, okay.
Now, what an interesting point that if he had simply said,
yeah,
that's slight difference. Why don't you take this?
Yeah.
And no problems.
But that he didn't want. He wanted them to fucking, just catch up on him.
He wants that authentic freak nasty shit, He doesn't want anyone.
Well, we don't even know what he did to them. No one could say he did something to me. They all just said.
None of them have any account?
I don't think so. I haven't heard of the details.
I guess they were all just passed out. He did whatever he wanted. Whatever that may be.
Yeah, we don't know what it was. Maybe he just pulled their shirt up and took fucking Polaroid pictures. He used to get free film, right?
I wish there was a fucking box somewhere filled with all those pictures.
Oh, God.
Why do you wish that?
Because he likes to jerk off in the Cosby Museum.
I take a Quaalude, then I just try to jerk off.
Where was he even getting those late fucking 80s lewds after they made it illegal?
Didn't they start making them in Mexico? Because like in 2000, some kid at Hunter College said he was selling me a Quaalude. I mean, it was a giant pill, and I ate it, and it fucked me up. But I don't think it was actual Quaalude.
We did used to call those. Well, also some people made bootleg lewds, too.
That must have been what I had.
Yeah. You made something and some fucking hippie made in a bathtub outside of Phoenix.
What a letdown.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, you take what you can get in this world, I like to say.
And I did, and, you know, it's got me high.
But isn't it crazy that Cosby was crazier than Kinnison at the end of the day? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazier than fucking Pryor.
Kind of crazier than Manson, if you really think about it.
Now you went too far.
What?
He didn't fucking write Helmet Scouter on the wall with people's blood. You had to go to a spot where we all went, pull it back, Chris.
It's just the first thing.
I'm kind of with Chris on that. Manson never killed anybody with his own hands. He just manipulated people to do it.
And why is he still in jail? Then let him out.
Let him marry that young girl that wants to marry him. Star, I believe her name is.
I thought she used him.
Yeah.
There's still love there. Jamie Lassau's in studio. Real Rob premieres on Netflix December 1st, all 8 episodes. Go to netflix.com for more information. And Jamie's performing at the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas, November 16th through the 22nd. Go to laughfactory.com for tickets. And on Twitter, it's at Jamie Lassau.
And Chris Stanley will be starring in the reboot of White Shadow as Salami.
Here's hoping this thing fucking really launches off.
Wait, was that the guy's name, Salami? Now I have to look back into it.
I think so.
But you couldn't do that today, just to give the Italian kids some name like that.
This is our buddy Gabagool. He loves Gabagool. He's Italian. It just makes sense.
I feel like we should just, make these guys hide their eyes again and play the game over.
Yeah.
Seriously, that might have been one of my favorite moments. The pain, like, the Dread Pirate Roberts, he just looked, confused with it all. But you were in absolute pain.
I was. I mean, I know this show too well.
Never have we ever hurt anybody's feelings like that.
No, I mean, not hurt my feelings, but I mean, there have been ex-boyfriends that have popped up on air. Surprisingly.
I don't remember that.
We did like the date game at Dave's wedding once, and there was I think one of my ex-boyfriends was like a surprise.
Well, is that right?
Yeah.
Because I thought we didn't end up playing the dating game.
No,
that day.
it was that match game or date game. Yeah, I think
we played match game.
Yeah.
No, we definitely played the dating game.
No, I know that we didn't because I know that we said let's trash the dating game because the match game went so well we didn't think that we could follow it. The shit people said in front of Dave's parents on the day of his fucking wedding.
Oh, God.
I was screaming laughing. I was screaming laughing so hard. How that was a wedding to this day, I don't understand. That was one of the funnest days we've ever spent. Yeah. Chris almost fainted.
Yeah, it was bad. I had a little anxiety.
That was his first live gig.
Yeah. Yeah, I was working at 360. Couldn't keep it together.
And I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, he's not hitting the things and all. And he had to talk to me. It was like fucking Cosby gave him a pill. He was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, what? And I didn't realize there was like, hundreds of people and he had never fucking worked live before. He was like a mongoloid up there. He was like an idiot.
It was all looted up, too.
You weren't.
I wasn't.
Why do you gotta lie?
Why you lie?
I don't know. It's fun to lie.
Is it?
Yeah. Also, Salami was the name of the dude.
It was?
Yes,
Salami?
It was, yeah.
I feel great about myself now.
You did so good.
Yeah.
I'll be Salami in the reboot. And I can't wait to crush it on Netflix with Jamie.
I don't think you're just allowed to name people after ethnic foods these days.
Hey, there's Egg Roll, our Asian friend.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Isn't it funny how that, like, their food sounds like an insult all of a sudden? Oh, here comes fried chicken and watermelon. Hey! Hey! That always makes me mad because everyone likes fried chicken and watermelon. Mm-hmm. Every single person on the planet. And yet Earl won't eat it in public. Mm. Earl said to me, I will never let anyone see me eat watermelon. And I go, well, then what about at a picnic? No. And I go, why? Because they're going to make a meme. You know what I mean? They're going to snap a picture of me, and a funny meme is going to go around.
He's in fear of internet memes. He's living his life not as well as he should be living it. Like, he could be eating fried chicken all the time.
Thanks for that obvious thing. You know what I mean? It was something that was a thought that none of us were wrestling with, and yet you came in and, as you would say, extra buttered the bread with cold butter.
You guys use some cold butter on that?
I love, of all the things at the diner, that's the one where like the mystery is solved for you that you couldn't make it home.
Out of all the foods he can't make.
There's actually a machine that you get for your kitchen that only does that. The toaster.
I get it, but it's so lightly toasted at the diner. They just do such a great job. At any diner, too. I haven't encountered a diner that does it badly.
I don't think you can encounter another American who makes bad toast. How could you? There's actually a thing that says light right there on the toaster.
If that's your poison.
I always go dark. Maybe that's my problem. Like, I just hit that knob all the way up.
Why?
When you say that you like lightly toasted bread.
I feel like I wanted to get toasted quickly, though. So that's the problem. I just want to get that thing just fucking in and out. I want that bread cold then hot. Get that butter on there. So that's why I just crank it. You know, I just crank that fucking
When do you
toaster.
decide to eat? The last possible second?
Like, I wake up.
Moments
I'm
away
like,
from death.
I want
starvation.
I want instant gratification. Let's get this thing started.
Let's say this. You're not even months away from starvation. Remember what? So this is what Chris got mad the other day at Joe. When I said it would be fun when we go to Hard Rock, that Chris could try on Rockstar's pants. And then Joe immediately said,
I hope they have some Luther Vandross fans there.
That was
and that's why
the
Joe,
last moment that these two were friends.
Oh, no, it's over between us.
Oh,
buddy.
come on,
Okay?
dude.
Blow me.
Buy
all right?
some Marlboros.
No, I have Marlboros, all right? From my Smoking with Chris guest, Mark Zito.
Now, this is how bad the planet has gotten. I remember when Luther went on Oprah's show, and he was crying, and he said that at his worst, he once put a burger between two donuts and ate it, right? And this was like in the 1990s. And he was like saying, I had it between two glazed donuts. And no one laughed. You know, people were like, oh my God. And now they actually sell that in stores. Now that is okay.
It's called the Luther Vandross bottom.
Bottom out with Luther Vandross. But now it's no one's bottom anymore. It's a snack that people brag about.
It's just like that double down thing from KFC, where it's just like chicken, I don't know, chicken instead of bread.
Yeah,
delicious.
2 pieces of fried chicken patties as the bread.
What's in the middle if that's the bread part?
Cheese and
Turkey.
bacon.
Turkey.
It's kind of healthy because it's turkey in the middle.
It's good.
Lean.
Some deli meat.
Well, I thought where the nation hit its bottom is when they started wrapping bacon around the outside of a pizza. They're like, hey, now every square inch of your pizza comes wrapped in bacon.
This is what you want, right? Because everyone loves bacon.
I'm not even comfortable with the stuffed crust. The crust
No, it's
is
disgusting.
It's
I've
a
never had it.
sanctuary from the cheese. It's supposed to be apart from the cheese.
I never thought of it as a sanctuary, like a place that I could get away from cheese and be with my non-cheese friends. Safely here without cheese around us. But no, I don't want to eat extra cheese in there. It is a time for crust.
And they had the cheese stick. There's already the cheese stick.
You own the cheese stick. That already
How big of a
happens.
hurry are we in? We can't reach over to the other box.
Yeah. One thing about any of those pizza places, too, is like if you go, oh, can I get a side of garlic bread? And they're like, yeah. It tastes exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what you get. It's the same exact taste.
It's all the same dough.
Yeah.
Because they're all making just one giant, doughy, weird product.
Right. And everybody acts like they would never eat that, and you wouldn't unless you were on the road. And then you're in some fucking place in the middle of the country, you're like, yeah, what's the Domino's? Just give me
Oh yeah, all bets are off for some reason.
Give me a Domino's and a USA Today. I'm glad to have both of them. All the things that you would have made fun of on either coast, you're like, give them. I need them I need to live here.
Part of this now.
Yeah.
But why is that? Because I do that as well when I'm traveling. I wouldn't eat fast food normally,
You don't
just
know
in the
where
middle of the
else
day.
to eat. Yeah.
Then you're just like, Taco Bell, huh? Why not? Like I would never do that normally.
Because you don't know where else to go. when
Yeah.
you're there. That's the thing. You're away from the world. And out there, they do call Domino's pizza. Like, they'll be like, oh, yeah, there's a pizza place close to here. And then you're like, you mean Pizza Hut? And they're like, yeah, that's it.
No, that's not it. It can't be.
I had one of those personal pan Pizza Huts about a year ago, and I fucking tasted it for 3 days. It tasted like there was kerosene on the back of my fucking throat. I'm like, are you dipping this in some kind of either bug spray or lamp fuel?
That's
some kind.
That's what that garlic juice they serve now with all those like Domino's Pizza, Papa John's. That's will stay inside your body.
What's the garlic juice?
They have like cups of garlic juice or garlic butter that you then dip the fucking crust in.
Where's this at?
It's at Papa John's and Domino's. I know have them. I'm sure Pizza Hut does, but it fucks you up bad, man. I mean, that shit's like fucking smoking crack or something. I don't know. Like, it's good at the time, but then immediately you feel shitty. So coagulated.
Well, Chris, were you going to read it? So you got a paper in front of you.
Oh, yeah, I got some for Jamie Lasso. Real Rob premieres on Netflix December 1st. Go to Netflix.com for more information. Jamie's performing at the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas, November 16th through the 22nd. Go to laughfactory.com for tickets. And on Twitter, it's at Jamie Lasso. And Lily's Bakery, go to arcadebakery.com.
Fantastic. It's out of this world.
Go eat some of Lily's baguettes at arcadebakery.com.
We do also make pizza, but it's the crust is not stuffed.
How is it?
It's amazing. Honestly, I think it's probably the best pizza in New York.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
We use the baguette dough as our pizza dough.
No, you're not there on the weekend.
No, we're closed on the weekends.
Well, how am I supposed to get this? And you kind of
we're open till 4. 8 to 4.
Yeah, what am I going to do? Rush downtown like an animal?
Come on.
Oh my God!
Where's the best pizza? Don't close.
But if you come late, I'll open the pizza station for you, and I'll make you a pizza whatever time you come.
My pizza station just be in the subway. You stopped at the pizza station. It's
the only station I like.
Of course I will.
I'm always intimidated when a restaurant's only open for extremely limited hours.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed by that. It must be good if it doesn't have to be open on the weekends.
It's amazing.
Well, yeah, there are plenty of places they'll be like, when we run out, that's it.
Yeah.
You're done. You get nothing else. And that's confidence when you do that. But yeah, as soon as you say open 24 hours, you know.
Yeah.
They're like,
we're never running out.
We need money.
There's a sandwich place near me, and they have great sandwiches, and they have only like a limited amount. They say they won't make a sandwich after 4. Like, they're open for a couple more hours, but they don't make a sandwich after 4. And they usually run out around 1 or 2 anyway. It's crazy.
Is this Denny's?
No, this is
home of the Grand Slam.
Yes. And it is good.
Yeah.
The toast.
Yeah.
It comes
What's
with
the
the
name of this place?
It's called Brancaccios.
I'll never remember it.
Well, it's good.
Why don't you write it down next to some of Lily's exes?
Right.
We must destroy that. We must. I haven't forgotten.
I don't think that's even a known ex, right?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No one's ever brought it up?
Somebody emailed me something that somebody went on Twitter and exposed that.
I'm going to go on Twitter here.
This was years ago.
Is that right?
Yeah, so I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't really care either way, but.
No, I had never heard that. I just found out today when you wrote it down for me. Aaron in Chicago.
Hey, Bennington, how's it going?
Don't worry how we're doing. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you,
good.
sir. Hey, Stanley, I think I got your butter problem solved. Got to get yourself French butter keeper, it's called.
What is it?
It keeps, it's a 2-piece device that keeps your butter off of the air off of your butter.
Well, before he gets that, he needs something to keep his thighs from sweating. That's his number one problem.
Bed rash.
Don't worry about keeping the butter nice.
Under Armour.
Yeah, but it's a 2-piece device. You put a little bit of water in it, and it keeps the air off the butter, and it keets everything at room temperature. So
seems
if you
a bit
to
much.
have your buttery toast, that's the way to go, boys.
Here was what I would have thought was Stanley bottoming out when it comes to bad food. He did this on Periscope. It was 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, Chris?
4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning. And what he had ordered for one was a
crave case from White Castle. A crave case is 30 cheeseburgers in a suitcase.
In a case.
It comes in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Like a cardboard suitcase.
And you ate all 32?
I got to 12 before I
Vomited?
had to stop.
There's the crave case right there.
Oh, my
now,
God.
normally this is for a family, I would imagine.
I would think so, yeah.
Family of 6.
And you never even got fries with it.
No,
Just
no
left
fries.
with a case of cheeseburgers like Wimpy from Popeye.
It looks like something you like. I'm looking at the case on the monitor. It looks like something you use for like a really shitty drug exchange, like instead of cash. It's like
It's in another dimension. In this world, people really like small cheeseburgers.
You got the crave case?
Honestly, couldn't think of anything more gross than a White Castle burger.
It's good at the time.
No.
I think we can come up with a pretty decent list. But especially 4:30 in the morning. And this was the beauty of the Periscope. The only other customer was passed out on the fucking table. Just
Completely
laying on the
unconscious.
table.
Fucking perfect.
It's like Earl when he comes to visit me at work. Just sleeping on our table.
not a bad treat for a homeless man though. You can put your clothes in there after, travel with it.
It's a twofer.
It's a good idea.
When you open up the crave case and you take a pair of pants, socks, and underwear out.
These pants are a little burgery smell.
Yeah, gives you that nice burger smell. Oh, God, then there's a pallet of crave cases.
That's a crate, I believe. That
They
sell.
don't really do it.
I believe they do, yeah. I believe because the Crave case came out, I don't know, 10 years ago, and it got very popular. So then they were like, now we have the Crave crate, because White Castle likes to do silly shit. But the Crave case is, it's a good deal. $30, 30 cheeseburgers.
How much is the crate?
I don't know, a bunch more.
Okay.
Bunch more dollars.
I think it's
I
like
don't know why you're not working on Wall Street with a fucking mind like that.
I think we definitely need to charge a bunch more dollars for them.
I don't know whether we should charge a bunch more or just lots more. That's so fucking bad.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. Like after I ate that 12-foot cheeseburger, I immediately blacked out. I could actually I could time it thanks to the Periscope because I remember nothing after. And I stayed up for a little while after that, I believe, because I think I was on Periscope. That was bad. That was a bad day.
The Crave crate is $100 and costs 100 hamburgers for $66.
I should have fucking got that. I feel like an asshole. I paid $30 for 30. What is my life? An ESPN documentary?
In the documentary.
Yeah, 30 for 30. How this fucking guy bottomed out 4:30 in the morning. Perks, alcohol, and a Crave case.
Destroyed his football career.
They deliver that in an ambulance and they just wait outside for you.
Isn't it weird that both Lily and Jamie have given up drinking? Isn't that phenomenal?
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, Lily?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I never really drank a lot, but I feel like there's always What?
Do you know about your reputation?
No.
We used to call you Alky Drunk.
No.
Yeah, Alky Drunk. Yeah.
I didn't even know your real name.
Oh,
for a
this
long
is
time.
Alky Drunk.
Yeah, that's Alky Drunk.
Now I...
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was worse than I thought.
Yeah. Worser. That's what it was.
When the blindfold was on, I was about to yell, "Is that Alky Drunk?" Sounds like her.
The double blindfold. I forgot all about best thing that's ever happened on this show. Are you? Do you know me?
Did we date?
I'm going to do it to every guest. Seriously. Every fucking guest that comes in here. That's the funniest shit I ever saw in my life. This would make the best game show. You just two people who know each other, put them in that room, and they have to guess.
It's great because what got me about how awesome it was, it's always one person knows. It's always mystery guest that's not blindfolded. But to have both of them, you don't even have any answers for the person.
There was no questions. And by the way, we were putting this together as you came down the hall. We're like, oh, and then I'm like, Chris, does he know that she's here? Oh, then let's blindfold them both. And then but the fact that we didn't have two blindfolds and you had the Dread Pirate Roberts around your eyes was the funniest shit I ever saw in my life.
And then when Chris came out, he called me in the hall. He blindfolded me like a little bit too early. Like he blindfolded me and then I looked around and no one was around. Like he was like way down the hall. Yeah. So he was like, hey, let's take this off and get you to the studio.
Took you past Rush.
Got a little ahead of myself there, Jamie.
You're bad at producing, Chris.
I fixed it. I've called an audible on myself. Real Raw premieres on Netflix December 1st. Go to netflix.com for more information. And Jamie's performing at the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas, November 16th through the 22nd. Go to laughfactory.com for tickets. On Twitter, it's Jamie Lasso. And Lily's Bakery, arcadebakery.com.
Named after Arcade Fire. You get the Arcade Fire going every single day.
Yeah.
By the way, by December 1st, I'll have seen all of these episodes. I'm going to binge watch.
Cool.
You wrote, you're producing, and you're in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got snuck in there. I wasn't even supposed to be in it. I had a really tiny role at the beginning, just playing this opening comic on the road with Rob, and then we wrote that guy out. Like, by mistake, I wrote myself out.
So, yeah, that's never a good idea.
But I knew it wasn't going to work, so I just had to, as selfishly as I wanted to keep myself in, it just wasn't working. And then at the last minute, like, some guy who was going to do it got another thing, and I did, like, an audition where I didn't even have time to get nervous for it. And then just sort of ended up.
You already had the other jobs.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing ever. Yeah. If I'm not standing over here, I'll stand over there. So it's not, the pressure's off. And you guys shot, how long did it take you to shoot all 8 episodes?
It took a while. So we did 3 months in Orlando. We used this film school in Orlando. We used a bunch of students from there to help.
Cool.
And then we had some pros in LA for the last 3 months of the shoot. David Spade shows up in there. Norm McDonald, George Lopez does a thing for us. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is really, really cool. And Lily, is there ever going to be a part 2 of that blind wrestler thing that you were in?
What was Lily? What
was your movie that you were in?
Oh, the UFC fighter. It was Hamill.
I saw that was a great movie, Hamill.
I didn't even see the movie.
Great, deaf
I didn't
UFC
even watch
fighter.
the movie, no.
What, was he deaf?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was blind all that time. I'm like, for a blind guy, he's really great at finding something around. He's doing phenomenal. He's driving. This fucking guy. He's great. And what was your part in that?
I played the special ed teacher when Hamill was a young boy.
And you seduced him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You seduced an underage deaf boy.
That was a sequel.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually SAG eligible for that role. But I never entered. I never felt like I wanted to.
You should. You know why?
Why?
You get DVDs every year. You get free DVDs every year.
Don't you have to pay dues every year?
No.
You don't?
No, as long as you're not working, you don't have to pay shit. It's nominal. And you can also, I think, get insurance in those somehow.
But I think to get insurance, you need to be working X amount of time in the union.
I know Dave gets the free DVDs, right?
For the Writers Guild, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think he pays dues.
And the only writing that he did was traffic reports for the fucking 10-10 wins. And it got him into the WGA.
Really?
Yeah. And he would type up, there's the tunnel, they're backed up 40 minutes, yeah. And he got into the union. Really pisses me off. And he goes to the Christmas party every year. Remember, he would show up there.
Free food, free booze for like 4 hours.
And it'd always be like, anybody there? Morley Safer was there, my friend. The only recognizable person. It was a great gig for him.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So people are like, what do you write? Mainly action stuff. Something's going on.
I write a lot of stuff about bridges, tunnels.
My stuff basically writes itself.
Yeah. I'm the guy who came up with the term barbecue. And there's a barbecue on the Bronx Expressway today. That's a fucking funny shit, though. That's considered a professional writer. Same as, and he's sitting at the Christmas party next to the fucking dude who, wrote Usual Suspects. The both of them are sitting there.
This has to be a mistake. Some sort of a loophole.
He's just walking around. He got in 2 fights for saying to people, "Oh, you're a writer too." And they just started swinging at him.
It'd be great if he was recognized for it, though. Like, oh my God, Dave, I love your work.
Why don't you do one of your jokes, right?
You're like, hey, are you pile up on the GW? Was that you?
Jamie, this young man, you're breaking into comedy, you say?
I guess, yeah.
I'm a huge fan. I've been listening.
Yeah.
A lot of great material.
Thank you.
Heard him the last few days. Right?
Now, why don't you do one of your newer jokes for us?
Okay, all right, I'll do a newer joke of mine then. All right, maybe I've told this one on air, maybe I haven't. But
Just go ahead.
I saw this lamp when I was walking down the street the other day. So naturally I picked it up and I rubbed it and a fucking genie popped out. And he goes, I'm an all-powerful genie. And you get 3 wishes. The only clause is you can't wish for more wishes. And I go, okay, can I wish for more genies? He goes, no, don't be an idiot. I go, well, I wish you wouldn't call me that. Oh, fuck. My second wish was to turn my dad gay using genie magic. I don't know how I'm going to turn him back because my third wish was for an Xbox. Sorry, Mom. Dad's gay now.
It's a really good bit. It's a really good
I like it. I think that was the plot to Aladdin.
Yeah.
You know what I love about it is the twist.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was following it, and then I was wondering if it was even the same language I speak.
Yeah, it ends
and I
with
was amazing.
It ends with gay dad.
Yeah. The Xbox thing.
Yeah.
You might even be able to get a kickback there.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I
You
love
didn't say it, I
Xbox.
did. You didn't say anything. You didn't even have the thought.
But that's kind of what I was getting at, hoping someone would bring that to the table.
You know, one of my favorite things about comedy is when you're making a set list, you know, of your jokes. Whenever someone's telling a joke, like I tried to picture what you had read on your paper for like gay dad genie. Like you write down the words to make sure you do that bit.
I would have written down, don't do this. No matter how confident or freaked out you feel, do not do this bit.
How am I going to differentiate that from all the other bits that I write don't do that for? It's just going to be a paper full of that.
I like that somehow as you get to the punchline, your voice gets weaker and you back away from the mic.
Yeah.
I think that's something I've never seen before.
Certainly shows confidence.
It's kind of a new thing.
It's almost like you do a wince line. Like instead of a punchline, it's just
Yeah.
It's like an I've been punchline.
yeah. It is.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to break down barriers myself.
Maybe you can get him in if you guys get picked up for a second season. This young man comes on and does some stand-up.
I can think of a lot of places for that. We might have to shorten the setup so there's room for the rest of the program.
Sure, yeah.
But
All right.
I like it.
I'll try and work something out, some
You
more
know,
new material.
Take a little fat off that fucking porterhouse, you know? It doesn't have to all be on there.
Put that thing in the George Foreman grill for a minute.
Yeah.
I found a genie. Now my dad's gay. Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect.
And then the stage thing would just say, throw mic. So are you just straight baking, or you hope to get back into the acting world?
Definitely not acting. I don't like acting at all. Not good at it. It's hard. Acting is really hard.
What was tough for you?
Everything. There's no spontaneity in it. You have to do the same thing over and over again. You know, don't look at the camera, hit your mark, get your lines right, you know, over and over. You know,
How is that different than baking, where you have to do exactly the same thing?
Yeah, it's not as nerve-wracking.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. Fucking acting sucks.
That's the thing about baking, though, right? You have to hit it precisely, right?
Yeah.
There's no, I wonder what happened if I throw this
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
never.
Spice this up.
Is there a secret? Are there really secret ingredients? Like, is there something? Because this is delicious bread.
4 ingredients in that:
Really?
flour, water, salt, yeast. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
It's
Nothing
just
else.
the ratios.
Yeah. And the way you handle it, the way you ferment it, the way you
Am I handling
shape
it
it. You're doing great. Doing great.
Am I eating this properly? I just want to know that.
Chris certainly wasn't.
I was enjoying
Animal.
it. I was enjoying the sandwich with some bread.
You ate it very, very quickly. You ate it in 4 seconds.
So good.
It comes across as an insult.
Really? I thought it was like a testament to how good it is. So I ate it so quickly.
And instead, it just looks like a street kid found something in a trash can, and off he goes.
Street kids got to eat too.
Yeah, I guess he does. That quickly? And through your own tears? No. That's your own call.
Jamie Lasso is in studio. Real Rob premieres on Netflix December 1st. You go to netflix.com for more information. All 8 episodes will be available on December 1st. And Jamie's performing at the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas November 16th through the 22nd. Go to laughfactory.com for tickets. On Twitter, it's at Jamie Lasso, and Lily's Bakery, arcadebakery.com.
It's actually not my bakery. I know you keep saying that. I love
Lily's
it.
Bakery, which she owns?
I don't have a show on Netflix either. Well, we're telling the truth.
Oh, God.
No.
You know, this will be easy for me because I'm a Netflix member. I believe I am, or either I'm using one of my kids' Netflix
I think it might be.
Yeah. Well, I like doing that, though, because I can read what he's just watched recently. Like, oh, so that's what he's into lately.
Are either of you or anybody, have you done the get rid of cable and just have Netflix?
No. But I have 78 movie channels, and I never end up watching a movie on there. I'm like, why do I have all these channels? I don't know why. It's great. Every night I can't find a movie I want to watch. And it's nuts.
But I'm with you, but there's something about having cable where you can turn on the TV and see something live, or if something breaking is happening, I don't have to go on the internet and find a stream of a news channel or something. I like having options. I like what's playing on channel 2, what's playing on CBS,
I get mad if I see there's a channel I don't own. If they pop in with a new one, I go, I gotta have that. I just got the All Entourage channel the other day. It's fucking amazing.
All the sports channels?
Yeah. We got everything. I got everything there is. And I think my cable bill comes to $72,000 a year. But I got it.
Yeah, but the bundle's great. You get it wireless and internet.
So you're not locked into anything, right?
No.
You and your friends, you're the non-TV generation.
We don't really have
laptop.
We just got a TV maybe 4 months ago after 3 years. It was just Netflix, Hulu, Xfinity.com. So still cable, but we still watch everything on our laptops.
But what if you want to watch a movie with your friends? You're not going to watch it on a fucking laptop.
No, we can, we'll project it, or we'll all gather around one laptop when we're a little bit more broke,
This fucking kid's apartment looks like Fight Club. Yeah, it looks exactly
it's Project Mayhem.
It's on Paper Street.
We got so many bikes.
How many people do you live with?
4 other people, and then there's
one
myself.
bedroom.
1 bedroom, yeah.
There's one bedroom. There's bunk beds, because I saw them scoping.
Yeah, we all have, most of us have lofted beds. We each have our own room, and then there's a common space and 1 bathroom. But we have the entire second floor to ourselves.
But there's no shower.
There is a shower. There's no bath, though, so if you're one of those types, you can't take a bath.
What if I am one of those types?
I saw the bath.
Bathing type.
Yeah, show it to us.
Yeah, but we have no means of gathering water from keeping it going down the drains. I guess we could plug it.
Yes.
But it's filthy, regardless. No one takes
clean it.
Clean that shit.
What's wrong with you?
Man, you guys make a lot of sense.
You came up with the fact that you don't have a fucking stopper as a reason that you can't take a bath?
Yeah, and it's filthy. It's a dirty bathtub. I know.
That's all guys living together.
Yeah, we have one girl. She might as well be a dude in that regard, I guess.
Is she dating one of the people that lives in the house? Is it
No.
that dynamic?
No.
Is she straight?
Yes.
Have you guys all tried to have sex with her?
2 of us have.
Have had sex with her?
When you say
were
us,
not
are you
them.
one of them?
Yeah.
And she wasn't able to bathe after.
Sad, isn't it?
Oh,
So that's her filth in the bottom. They actually did it in the tub, and they never were able to clean it out.
Never cleaned
So
it.
you've had sex with her before?
Yeah.
And your buddy has had sex with her before?
Yes.
And you guys were able to just turn it off now and just go back to being friends?
Yeah, because none of us are having sex with her anymore.
Weird.
And for me, it was one drunken evening, and for him, it was a little longer than that. But
Right.
2 drunken evenings.
And with you said because you were so drunk, you actually put your dick in her watch pocket.
Yeah,
So
that was an accident.
really, that's the type of thing not to even worry about later. But I think his generation, all that stuff, like having your own apartment, none of those kids even want to.
Weird.
They don't want their own apartment. They want to keep living like they're in college.
Certainly in the city. I mean, New York is so expensive. I think it's really hard to do it. People stay in their roommate situation a lot longer than they would have. But I think it's because, and then people rush into relationships quickly because of it too.
Like we can get an apartment?
Yeah, like you're dating for 3 months and you're like, let's live together because it makes
You're locked
sense.
in for about 12 months.
If you date someone with a really nice apartment, you're like, I love you. I want you to know that.
The location.
Did you say I love you, or what did you say?
When you say you love my square footage, do you mean my body or
Every
the actual
square foot of you.
Oh.
No, see, Chris Stanley is one of those New Yorkers where he has that rent deal.
It's nice.
Oh.
And he pays $35 a month, same as when his grandmother got the apartment.
Yep. Pre-war, bros.
Wow.
Which war?
Vietnam.
No. He was in the ship.
Not too old.
I live in a pre-police action building, so it's nice, but not too nice.
It is amazing. I was talking to somebody yesterday who is very successful on TV all the time, has a roommate.
Yeah.
Because it's just I don't know that I
They
don't live
like
here
to
anymore.
be alone.
Yeah.
Everyone thought Aaron Rodgers was gay because he had a roommate and he was making $45 million every 2 years, but he's like, I don't want to wake up alone. You know? See, I come from the generation, all we want to be is alone.
Yep.
You see another person, you shoot. There was someone in my neighborhood, so I started shooting at them. That's why there's so many guns around. We see each other, we start to shoot right away. But I think because you guys stayed in school for so long.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's true. There's more people who went to college, and that kind of sets you up where you were completely stripped of any privacy for 4 years. So,
well, Brooklyn isn't a borough anymore. It's a campus. It's just a large campus of adult children in their pajamas standing in line to get a latte with a credit card that doesn't have their name on it. It's true.
I know.
It is
None
crazy.
of them are from Brooklyn. It's a transplant. It's a transplant borough.
It's like the middle. It's like mid-America in fucking Brooklyn, and these are the people trying to tell people what's good food and what's not.
This
You know, like somehow, like I know what's cool and trendy. You know, fuck you.
That's me.
I hate your
I'm
generation.
wearing a Brooklyn jersey right now. I'm not from Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. Sorry, deal with it.
Do you and your friends feel cool, though?
Yeah, I mean, the neighborhood we live in has a lot of young activity going on. And one of the reasons why I like living with so many people is because I wouldn't be nearly as active if I wasn't living with 4 other people who are always down to
Yeah, but
do
that's
something.
so great.
Yeah.
Just to like sit at home by yourself.
That is nice, and it does kind of get infuriating sometimes. Because then all of a sudden I'm weird for wanting to stay in my room and watch a movie one day, you know?
you're weird no matter what.
Well, yeah, but
So do you feel like you have to be active?
Yeah.
Like, what's active for you? Because I saw you fucking around on Scope playing fucking paintball as an adult male. And I'm like, well, that's pussy.
It was laser tag, not even paintball.
Yeah.
That's even pussier.
It's, giant pussy.
I guess, that would be it, you know? Going to the park, playing football.
Touch.
Well, afterwards.
Tackle. Afterwards,
Tackle
going
then
back,
touch.
showering.
Yeah, light touch. They play light touch.
They play tickleball.
We play perimeter. To get in my zone, I'm down.
You guys, this is a slight change of subject, but do you mind if I ask you a question? So I have a 5-year-old little boy. We just had a laser tag birthday party for him. It was a bunch of 5-year-olds, and I'd never been. I didn't know adults played laser tag. I had no idea that this was a thing. And so it's a bunch of 5-year-olds. I didn't even know how it works, but I guess you don't. I thought you get shot and you're dead and you're out. But this was you accumulate points. Is that how they all are?
Yeah,
You, like,
you can play
shoot each
2
other?
different versions. One where, Call of Duty Free for All, Call of Duty Hardcore.
So all these little kids, like 5-year-olds, go into this laser tag party, and at the last minute, one of the dads says, "Hey, I brought my kid's older brother. You mind if he comes in, plays a little bit?" And we're like, "I don't know, that's fine." This dad ended up suiting up with a laser tag suit. The older brother suited up with his laser tag gear. I think he brought his own helmet or something, and they just proceeded to destroy all of the children in laser tag that I had paid $500 for this party, and I wanted to fucking kill somebody.
You should have.
I've never been more fucking angry, and I didn't even know what I was like, am I wrong? Like, am I wrong in this? Do I just not understand?
Did you ever talk with the guy?
They left so quickly that I never was able to talk. I probably will see him. This just happened. I'll see him at school.
And you're going to say to him, "Look, I did this for the children." Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like saying a grown man in a kiddie pool dunking kids' heads. That's what it looks like to me.
Exactly. And it came on, they were like, "We fucking dominated." And I'm like, holy shit, this is and all the kids would come out, and when you get shot, you have to go back, and they're 5-year-old kids.
That's pretty bizarre.
It was bizarre.
It's tough enough to keep 5-year-old kids focused enough to play anything, let alone if there's somebody in there making them run in and out all the time because they got shot.
Yeah, it was so frustrating.
I hate that guy.
All right,
I hate
good.
his fucking guts.
He
paid $500 for laser tag?
It was like 20 kids and 3-hour party with some food and cake and stuff.
Still seems like a nightmare to me.
But I want to say something, but am I ruining, because the kid, his little buddy is in class with him. Is this the kind of thing where I just say, "Hey, who gives a shit?" I don't even think the kids really knew that it was that big a deal. Do I bring it up, and am I a dick? Is my kid going to get, I don't know how to do these.
How about if you just say to him, you just take him to the side and go, "Hey, fuckstick, you ever fucking come around again with a fucking laser, fucking vest and helmet on, I will fucking annihilate you. I'll fucking tear your throat out." Just keep smiling. I want the kids to think that you're fucking smiling. I'm serious. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Hold my nuts. Just fucking grab my, rub them while I fucking talk to you about this.
Spit on it.
I'm gonna go to his next party, hit his pinata with a fucking baseball bat before any of the kids get a chance. Just ruin the party.
You thought that you could steal from me? Stealing is a form of rape. You thought you could steal from Charlie Luciano, Maya Lansky, and me? Get on the ground and act like the pig that you are. That would fucking... seriously, I would be so pissed. I was a fucking Little League coach, and if any of the dads started fucking saying stuff, I'd just go up to the fence and go like this. Shut up. I'm fucking kidding you. Shut up.
That drives me insane. The yelling from the sidelines at children.
It's weird.
I just root. I say good job and stuff. That's all I yell.
I always yell out, you'll never remember this. Like they're telling you that this is a big deal, but even if we win the championship, you won't care. Anyway, I've been on championship teams and teams that lost every game, and I don't give a fuck now. Doesn't change my life.
Yeah, I've only been on championship teams, so I don't even know.
You're really
what
good
is
at
different.
everything, though, right?
Yeah.
Ever since that genie, I mean, things been going pretty well for you.
Your dad's gay.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
the only thing.
The house is cleaner, I guess.
But do you realize how offensive that joke is that you just did to Kashmir?
Sorry,
who was legitimately gay and had a very
And not from a genie?
Kashmir, I know it was very difficult for you to come out.
Come on, Joe.
Sorry, Kashmir.
I worked so hard for him.
Yeah.
Best foot forward. Yeah. Come in with a little cardigan, and I get that.
You know what? When you had the courage to come out at age 5 and tell your family you were gay, and now to have this kid shit on it?
Disgusting.
I'm sorry, Kashmir. That's my fault. Maybe we can move past it at some point.
I'm going to think about that over the weekend, and we'll go from there. Maybe.
Text me.
You know what? There's only one way that you could fucking say you're sorry to him, and that's unprotected sex. That's the only way.
That was gonna.
I mean, yeah.
To do?
Yeah. Yes. That's your way of saying that you trust him.
Do it, Joe.
Like you mean it, though. You'd have to do it like you mean it.
Sensual?
Be nice about it.
All right.
You look like you're having fun.
By the way, I think the only sex is unprotected. Everything else is fake.
It's first base.
Yes.
Protected
thank
sex,
you.
I've always called
Protected
first
sex is
base.
disgusting. Jamie Lasso's in studio. Real Rob
Yeah, I see.
premieres.
I'm looking right at it.
Real Rob premieres on Netflix December 1st. All 8 episodes will be streaming. Go to netflix.com for more information. Jamie's performing at the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas November 16th to the 22nd. Go to laughfactory.com for tickets. On Twitter, it's at Jamie Lasso. And Lily's Bakery, there where she works.
Thank you.
arcadebakery.com.
That's terrible.
I liked it better when people thought it was mine.
Should we try to find you a boyfriend now? Should we take it upon ourselves to do that?
I don't have time to date. That's what every single girl in their 30s says.
I know. Here's what I think, though. I mean, since you're a baker, you should find somebody who makes butter. And
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Literally be your bread and butter.
Yeah, literally.
Why did you say that like
What do you
that?
mean by
Like la.
I just get excited for love.
You didn't seem excited, though.
No, you seem weirded out.
Precious. Like,
I felt like you meant to think it and said it by mistake.
Yeah, I think
Wait, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
It's my fault.
We heard it through your glasses. So you're not looking for anyone, right?
Not really. I mean, it's just trying to be organic with it.
Have you ever dated a Muslim, though? I think that would be perfect for you.
No, I actually, in the last year, I dated my first Jew. So that was good.
The way you said it almost was offensive.
No, I mean, you know, we're breaking down the thousands of years of hate.
Who was it? Maury Amsterdam? Who were you?
Some guy.
Just some Jew.
Just some guy.
Some random Jew. Was he Hasidic?
Persian Jew.
Oh. We have a name for that. We call them Persians.
Everybody loved Lily in Rochester.
Everybody,
when we were on the radio. I mean, I feel like Lily is single completely by choice.
Oh,
she would get
absolutely.
solicited on a daily basis.
Well, she's single by personality. There's something about her that means that she, first of all, she gets sick of people very, very quickly. And
That
she
is
turns
true.
on them.
But I also choose men who I think I ultimately know will never give me what I really want, which is, you know, I would like to be married and have a kid at some point. But I make these awful choices when it comes to men that I choose, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what it's about.
Because most of the guys that you date are Chinese. So,
like for example, the Jew, the last guy that I was sort of dating.
Oh boy,
the way she says it, you're right. There's something
very offensive.
But it only began when I knew he was going to move away. He was like, "Hey, by the way, I'm moving to Denver." I was like, "Oh, by the way, you're cute." You know? So I don't know why I do that.
No, everybody fell in love with her in Syracuse, right?
Yeah, in Rochester, yeah.
Yeah, I always keep calling Rochester.
They're all kind of the same. Buffalo.
Now and she was very popular in town.
Mm-hmm.
Did she date a lot of those?
Pretty much never, but if I could be totally honest, there was you ended up dating, there was this one dude.
Which one?
Who's like a nice guy. He had like longish hair and a questionable location.
Drug dealer?
Yes. Exactly.
But honestly, like, because
more like a grower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
he was not
a shower,
nice.
you know, a grower.
He was a grower, not a shower. Because I thought he had a cap dick, but no, it's huge.
If I'm being totally honest, like Lily, I love Lily so much, and she's so talented and pretty. When I met the dude, I was like, oh, okay. Like that kind of thing.
He
where
was
I was
an
like,
average guy to you.
I was surprised. I was a little bit, and it was almost like the whole, not like the way he looked or anything. It was more like for what your plans are. He seemed like a bad guy for that.
This is why I make bad choices.
Self-sabotage.
Weren't you dating a football star too at one point? Someone told me.
You know, there was that. There was a drug dealer. There was a drummer.
Right. You're always,
yeah.
Oh yeah, you had your band came on and did our show.
He has 2 kids.
Yeah.
None with me. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really like one of those rom-coms where you need to go back. And I know that you probably don't even have time left in your life, but to talk to the guys that you had sex with and see what didn't work.
You're right, Ron. This is like a rom-com without the happy ending. At this point. Yeah,
we're at the happy ending.
We're at that all is lost point.
Yeah.
In the script.
This is like a rom-com where the lead character dies alone.
It's becoming a rom.
Yes.
Just a rom.
Yeah, it's a rom-drom, really.
No.
But there's a part of you that wishes you could find someone.
Yeah. But the right guy, you know. The guys these days, first of all, in my 30s now, I think it is so hard for single women, especially in New York City, to tell the difference between gay men and straight men. It's getting harder and harder, and I fucking don't like it.
Well, are you saying straight men are dressing better?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the whole, the way that they dress, the way that they talk, the way that they walk. I'm like, is that guy straight?
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I don't like married men not wearing wedding rings. Drives me crazy.
So
I need to know the deal, right? I'm in my 30s. I need to weed these people out as quick as possible.
Can I defend for a second? Like, I wear a ring. I wear this ring, but sometimes it's kind of annoying. That's why guys don't wear it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of annoying. Like, have you ever been at the gym? You know what I mean? You're just trying to like fuck some chick. Do you know what I mean? So the ring will get right in the way of that.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why.
Didn't Jimmy Fallon lose a finger that way? Was that what happened?
He got something. He was drunk, and he's drunk a lot. And we're all worried about him. I'm sorry, what was your initial question? Well, you know, when I worked in the factory, I got my hand crushed. I got to put in like this belt, like this conveyor belt that the boxes come in. And the doctor said if I was wearing a ring, that it would have been like a guillotine and shot my finger off.
Oh my
and
God.
I've never put on a ring since then.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because my entire hand was crushed. It was in between all the rollers. And he said, if you had a ring on, he says, by the way, and this was in a factory town, he goes, oh, this happens all the time. He was just treating it like it was nothing. He goes, this is always happening. If the ring was on there, the ring would have been crushed down and just cut your finger off.
Oh my God.
That's why when you're down in Philly, like most people have 8 or 9 fingers, tops. So that's why they do it. But, you know, maybe the thing is, are you hanging out a place that there's a lot of married guys?
No, that's the problem is I only hang out at work. That's also another thing. I'm so busy working that I don't have time to go out and meet people. And no, I'm not going to do the online thing because that's what everybody always tells me to do. But
you didn't let me finish.
Okay.
Try the online thing.
It's not really me, Ron.
Have you tried Tinder? Have you tried Grindr?
Joe, you've had success on those, right?
Yeah, one time I did. If you know, the home run is the
what was the dude's
success
name?
Point. Her name was Emma, but and Josh. And but Bumble's the new thing. You try that.
What's that?
It's like Tinder, only
For the
women.
ass.
Yeah, for the ass.
It's Bumble.
Now I'm interested.
Do you like the ass? It is like Tinder, only woman gets first choice. So you swipe on guys, you are the only one who could start the conversation. So women are the people who initiate the conversation.
It should be called real life.
Yeah, it should be called real life. Yeah, but you can try that.
No.
Meet a nice guy.
A woman really can get laid in a 7-Eleven, and that's what is so frustrating for men.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a very difficult thing for men to understand how easy it is for women to pick up dudes. That's why we will never feel sorry for a single woman. It is always a choice.
Yeah, but maybe the end goal is not just to have sex. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
but I've known you. You've dated rich people, poor people. You've dated famous people. You dated convicts.
Convict,
She dated a convict.
Pretty cool.
And
It was a phase.
yeah, she went through a phase.
Did you guys get to first base?
Well, she's at first base just at meeting people. I don't know which are the bases. I never can remember.
Protected sex.
Single, double, triple, then home run. That's how it was in our neighborhood.
Once you lose your virginity, what is the point of going through the?
You just fuck immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah. She straddles her first date as she gets in the car. Let's get this over with. Yeah. But, you know, at some point, there's got to. What is that thing that's stopping you?
I don't know. I can't
You should
really
go to a
analyze it
shrink.
anymore. I don't know. It seems so self-indulgent. I don't know. Therapy.
Yes, it is self-indulgent.
Yeah.
That is not a bad thing.
Maybe it is. Maybe I need to, not think about it anymore. Maybe I have to stop analyzing
Well, you
it.
haven't thought about it yet. That's the thing.
I got frustrated when I couldn't come up with an answer, so I stopped thinking about it.
But you torpedo every relationship that you're in. No one ever breaks up with you, right?
Oh, a lot of them. A lot of them have.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've ended a lot by just simply ignoring people. I'm really non-confrontational, and I hate having really important conversations in relationships, so I just tend to not have them. That's probably the problem.
I think that's the correct way to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know?
But
I like to act like things aren't happening.
But men like to think that, but I think ultimately men want to know. I think men want to know as much as women want to know, what's going on here. Do you know?
Well, I also think
to a certain point, I think
most guys are going to be pretty freaked by your number when you give them the number.
Just lie.
Yeah.
There is no real number. Doesn't exist.
She just she's got to take an 8, lay it on the side, and that's her number. Now,
they always say you're supposed to have a 0, right?
Would that be a big number for you? I mean, would you be worried if a woman's had a lot of, and I mean a real lot,
A lot of.
I mean a scary amount of sex in the past?
No, it wouldn't be a thing for me.
It would be?
No, it really depends on. I guess no. If I really like the girl, it wouldn't be a thing for me.
What about Freak Nasty? I'm sure she had a high number.
Yeah, but you didn't care about anything but sex. With her,
I didn't
right?
love her.
Is that why? Have you ever loved a woman before?
No. Not in a way I want to spend my life.
There's 2 guys staring at you right now. Just look behind you. There's 2 guys just staring away, enjoying.
One of those guys could break up with you.
my future ex-boyfriends.
Yeah. One of those guys could say, look, you're a cold bitch. I'm leaving. I don't know. Of course, you've had the same girlfriend for how many years now?
8.5 years.
Wow.
And you're afraid to commit to anything, right?
Oh, of course not. No, we're very committed to each other.
But you live separately.
Yes, we do.
And anytime I see you in Periscope, you're not with her.
Yeah, but you live free of rent. Why would you not bring her aboard? And do you know what I mean?
When her lease is up, we're discussing.
What if she learned to make toast really good?
By the way, she can break that lease anytime she wants.
You think?
I know so, because you can rent the apartment more in New York. They love it when you come and break the lease.
I always thought they really hated that. But then again, I don't know shit about the landlord game.
You're the only New Yorker who does it. And on my street, everybody's they're fucking real estate lawyers. Everybody I talk to. Here's what you got to do. You fucking withhold 1 month from the asshole. That's your legal right. They're always going over that shit about what they can't. They know how long it takes for when you stop paying rent before they can boot you out, and it's like fucking years.
Yeah.
And they can't turn off the water. They can't turn off the electricity. You could sue somebody for turning off the electricity in a fucking place that you're not paying for. New York is great. Well, do you got any friends? What about Bronx Johnny? You're still hanging out with him, right?
Yeah, Bronx Johnny's there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to date Bronx Johnny?
No.
He'll throw you something,
I
Lily.
love Johnny, but...
You want some of that sweet Bronx love?
See, here's the thing. You love him like a brother, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's time for you to have an incestuous thing with your brother. Maybe that's what you do.
That incest is fine. It actually makes things sexier, to be totally honest.
Wait a minute. I just thought this would be perfect for her.
Who?
Chris Stanley.
Chris, what do you think?
Do you guys understand that love has been here under your noses this whole time?
This is
Right
bizarre.
in front of you.
We started first day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Together,
started as
yeah.
interns. She's a baker. I'm a producer.
But she's a baker. You eat really fast. This is so fucking great when you think about it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Insane.
I didn't realize we went 25 minutes over. The next show's screaming at us right now. There was it's a fucking basketball game that comes on after us.
Oh, yeah?
They're just waiting.
What do you mean, a basketball?
There's a live basketball game, and I just got to note that they're waiting in an auditorium for us to go off so they can start.
Well, if it's a Nets game, then that makes sense because their team's a joke, and this is the Raw Dog channel.
Oh,
I wrote that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking burn, bro.
Yeah.
Hard-hitting stuff.
They're okay.
You were at you had your date on a Scope.
Yeah, the Nets
And
game.
she was really cute, but then a lot of people were saying she looked like Gail, and they thought that was weird.
Probably
Probably
because I
because
said she was cute.
Yes, you think she was cute? You're like, she's adorable.
She is so attractive.
She's adorable. Don't put on a condom with her. We always told our kids no safe sex. We said this is gross.
the rule.
Well, I always said this to the kids: roll the dice, see what happens. You know?
I think it's just because you both had bangs.
Are you still together? You and that girl?
Oh, I mean, we see each other. She's literally my neighbor. Building
Literally?
over, and we share a fire escape. That's how we met on the fire escape.
During a fire?
Come on,
During
that's
the fire,
cute.
yeah.
Yeah, you met cute.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I see her every now and again.
Why don't you like her?
Just set off the fire alarm again.
She's super attractive.
Right.
It's
You
true.
met on a fire escape.
You met her when you were wearing a mask, climbing through her window with a knife in your mouth. That's their little fun game that they play. That's only first base with those two.
It was a serrated
Oh, Chris, you got 420 today, right?
420 Blaze It.
I
on
got a bad
Periscope.
news for you, though. I
that?
saw Christina.
Yeah.
She says she can't be there till 4:30.
Oh, come on.
She says she has a show. So 420 starts at 4:30 today.
Unless you're going to be smoking by yourself for 10 minutes.
I'll blaze it whenever, wherever, with whoever.
I'll do it.
You don't have any weed.
I do.
Oh, shit.
Are you vaping or smoking
Yeah, I
marijuana?
actually just made the investment and I bought a vape.
Well, if you hang around till 4:20, you can smoke on Scope with him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
420 Blaze It.
Yeah, he does a Periscope show where he smokes marijuana with different people who work here. And no one gets mad about that?
I haven't heard any complaints.
You realize this isn't Denver that we live in. This is New York City.
But, they just give out tickets these days. It's not like
Right.
anyone's getting locked up. I think I was the last person to get locked up for having weed in New York City. I think I was literally the last person.
No, the last person to get locked up for having weed was black. That's the problem with them. They use that.
Stop and frisk. I hate it.
Yeah, stop and frisk is what they used it for. So this was almost like an anti-stop and frisk.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. I like to keep moving in frisk. I think would be easier for everyone.
Do they still stop and frisk?
No.
No,
We got a new liberal mayor.
I like what the homeless guys are doing, the stop and piss. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them stop.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot.
I actually said to one homeless guy, you might want to try pulling your dick out before you do that. That's what I do. I was urinating next to a Mr. Geddy Lee today. But I'm going to be totally honest. We were at the 1 and 3. There was no one at the 2 and 4.
Right. So not right next to each other, but...
It's the right way to do it, though.
It is.
Otherwise, it's creepy, right?
Well, I like to go 1 and 4, but he was in the 3 spot. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, there's no. I mean, if someone comes in and they're right next to you and there's free urinals, I always say this to them: does this mean it's on? And then I'll let them move. I make them think I'm into it.
Sometimes I go in if there's just one guy. I get behind him.
I get behind him and I yell top. I'm the top. So you're going to stay around and smoke marijuana for him in an hour?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
All right, Chris, can you have Lily in?
Blaze it. She's smoking. She's in 420. Blaze it.
Nice.
Promise me this. You two will make out during this marijuana-fueled scope.
Y'all got to tune into the scope. Follow at the iBang for a 420 Blaze it makeout session.
This is going to be one of the best ever. Now, when's the last time, as you say, Lily, you got some?
It's been,
Who was president? Was it Obama? Did we have a white or black president?
I was very busy during Obama's presidency.
Oh, don't I know?
It's been a little while, maybe like 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
just trying to reconnect, find out what I'm really into these days.
When people are doing that, they fucked up bad, don't they? When you're saying I'm taking some time off from doing my regular behavior, that's a bottom out for you.
Yeah. No.
But if this was a rom-com, you're entering your third
act.
This is the third act. You're going to find, and this is my belief, it's somebody that you've already dated. You're going to reconnect with.
Oh my God.
I don't. You think so?
I think it would be good for both of you, if I'm going to be totally honest.
Well, I told you we reconnected.
Are you still in love?
I don't know if I would say LOVE, no.
Are you still in live?
Yes. I've always been in awe, I guess, is what I would say.
Sure, you should be.
Always been in awe.
Dying to know. Just give us his last name.
Well, the last name is the
first initial last name.
Yeah. The last name would be like saying Kerouac. You know what I mean? Like
Greg.
What about just dying to know?
What about you, Chris? Are you going to ask that gal to move in with you?
When her lease is up, we're going to move in together.
When her lease is up.
Baby,
That's
when your lease is
up.
up.
Romantic thing anyone's ever said.
I'm not too romantic. I'm practical,
Would you guys pick this up during Blazing 420?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to talk about this?
420 Blaze It, makeout session at the iBang.
Why don't you do this? Instead of making out together, you each make out with a stranger on the street.
Oh, I like that.
Okay,
Double
see
trouble.
who can get someone to make out with them first.
Right.
I feel like I know who would win that.
Yeah, you know why? Because I'm going to assault someone.
All right, hold on.
And I don't think Lily's got the fucking balls to do that.
Oh yeah, you want to see my Baker arms? Fucking ripped right now.
Ripped. You call your arms your Baker arms?
Baker arms, yeah.
You should be Baker acted, you fucking lunatic.
I call mine Meshach and Abednego, which is true. Since I was 8, I was calling them Meshach and Abednego.
Holy shit, those are your arms?
Yeah.
I thought there were fucking strings hanging out of your shirt.
No, they're
I
mine.
almost went over and pulled those.
I'm glad you did it.
Oh, me too. That would have been awful.
Would have really hurt.
Yeah.
I'm about to take my shirt off. I mean, I have an undershirt, but I really want you guys to see my baking muscles.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly.
I've never heard anyone call these baking muscles.
No, they're
Just
not
say I
muscles.
want you to see my muscles.
What time do you get up? All bakers get up early.
5.
Well,
5 p.m.
Ready?
Yeah.
Look at these.
Well, you're ripped. Yeah.
Fucking ripped.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
And that's all from lifting flour.
Yeah. It's really the resistance of like pulling the dough out of the mixer. When you're pulling out like 60, 70 kilos of dough and it's just like fighting you back. That's really where my muscle strength.
Yeah. Yeah, when did we start talking European here?
Drug dealers and bakers. That's our
So it's 120 pounds of dough that you're pulling out.
give or take. Yeah,
Give or
I mean
take.
many times a day.
And that's how you got Baker arms.
Yeah. Even my forearms are ripped, which is really hard for women to get muscles right here.
You never had arms like that before.
No.
Chris Stanley has baked arms. It's
Burn it down, bro.
He's got a fucking hoof. Look at you. She's ripped, and you got a fucking. You're wearing a sling.
Yeah, I'm
like
a little,
maniac.
I'm a little beat up right now. I'm on injured reserve right now, but I'm going to come off it, though.
You know who would be perfect for you and actually basically owns a bakery? And you guys were friends years ago? Mike Kaka.
I could. I mean, he could hire me as a consultant. I could make some good stuff for him.
Well, when he opened up a cupcake place in New York, I said, open up a bakery because the fucking restaurants have terrible bread in New York.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Terrible bread in New York. They should be embarrassed of themselves. You guys don't even sell directly to restaurants, right?
If we do, it's hard because we're closed on the weekend. So for wholesale.
What is that? Who closes on the weekends?
We do.
Why?
Hire a couple more people.
Yeah.
Keep it open on a Saturday, Sunday. Those are busy days.
Mexicans.
You guys close for lunch and dinner as well?
Yes.
I go to a restaurant that's always closed for lunch. It's so sad. They're having lunch. They're saying we're out for lunch. But why don't you hire some Mexicans being in there, you know?
Well, I think the idea that my boss has is to not be open on the weekends. He kind of wants, to change the industry in the terms of, you can have a good quality life working in the food industry, which is not really a norm in really this country or a lot of other countries. But
is he a young guy?
He's 40, early 40s.
Something happened between you and him?
No, I'm married with children.
All right.
Definitely not.
I'm just asking.
No.
The fact that you sound so guilty, it seems like something happened.
No.
Like one night, just fooling around a little bit.
Or one early morning.
Just a hand job.
No.
No, he was talking to himself.
Yeah, come on, let's give myself a hand job right now.
Hey, they say if we don't go off now, they're calling off the basketball game, and that'll be it.
We don't want that to happen.
What is it? What do you want to plug?
Oh, nothing. I was just going to show you guys arcadebakery.com.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's take a look at it.
Nice.
There's arcadebakery.com.
That is the web. That is the website.
Yeah, it looks like there's no food in there whatsoever from that picture.
Bad bakery.
Yeah.
There's a button. Did you guys see the button on the lower right-hand side? It says order here. Then it says unless it's a Friday or Saturday, you fucking asshole.
Wow, look at that.
Delicious on weekdays.
That's weekday fucking great food. Is there any pictures of you in there, Lou?
I don't know.
Not
Man, look at that food. Even these pictures are the best.
Wow.
Yeah, some nice shit. Go back down again, all the way to the bottom. See that one on the right?
Yeah.
With the all those balls in a row. No.
What are you doing? You just hit bread.
Up to the right. Yeah, that one. That was a World Cup. Look at those little soccer balls.
They're
Isn't that cute?
unbelievable.
Yeah, we did that for the World Cup.
For the actual World Cup or somebody watching a game at their house?
No.
What'd you do? Ship it to Brazil?
Decorative display bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? You and Mike finally get together?
Do it.
I don't.
Maybe
I
that's that person.
actually passed by Molly's not too long ago, and I got so excited because I thought I saw Mike Kaka inside, but it was actually just his brother.
Yeah, his brother.
I was like, oh.
Mike comes back every
But
once
I'll take a free
in while.
cupcake.
But you ought to go out to Chicago.
It should.
Spend a couple
Should
days
see
there.
him. Yeah.
He's got a great life out there.
I mean, last I spoke to him, he was really enjoying it.
Do they still have the Ron Bennington cupcake in Chicago?
Still their best seller after all these years.
That's what I got.
If something else even starts to sell well, I'll destroy it.
What if we started a Ron Bennington loaf of bread?
That would make me so proud. You know, right now there's a Ron Bennington dog.
Oh, yeah?
That's I think the winningest greyhound in history. It's won how many races now, Chris?
It's 2-0 at this point.
Just one. Just
one.
one.
1-1.
1-4 or something like that. But it did win once.
It's on its way.
And I only said one thing. I go, if it breaks its leg and you got to kill it, I want to be the one to kill it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I want to take responsibility. The cupcake, there's a venereal disease called the Ron Bennington. It used to be called chlamydia back in the old days. Yeah. Everybody gets it, even when you don't know you have it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I got it, but from birth, It's not really fair. I didn't contract it.
Well, that happens that way.
Yeah.
You know? What are you going to do?
That's a lot of good stuff you got.
Thanks. There's also, it's not in this country, but a form of pink eye named after me. So I'm kind of proud today, I guess.
All successful, though. Every one of them.
Every one of them, the chlamydia is spreading. It's viral. I guess I don't know if it's a disease. I guess they're all viral.
Gone viral.
Yeah,
It's airborne
It's a
at this
viral
point.
virus. You know, I tried to say it was airborne when I got it. I go, I got an airborne disease, you know? And then I remember I slept with a sailor. And I go, I bet that bastard gave it to me. You know how they are. Fucking animals. All right, so Chris, plug all the stuff we need to plug here.
Jamie Lassau's been in studio. Real Rob premieres on Netflix December 1st.
But say it without anger, like it's a good thing.
Real Rob premieres on Netflix December 1st. All 8 episodes will be streaming. Go to netflix.com for more information. Jamie Lassau is performing at the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas, November 16th through the 22nd. Go to laughfactory.com for tickets, and on Twitter it's at Jamie Lassau. And Lily's Bakery, where she works, arcadebakery.com.
Thanks.
Is that all you're plugging today? Turn your head to your right and look at Dan. He's got a big show tonight.
And in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, Hindsight will be happening tonight at 8 p.m. at
Cantina Royale. You can find tickets at Dan J. Perlman. I posted the link to tickets.
Sweet.
And
all you guys are going to be there tonight,
Yes,
right?
I'll be there.
I'm going to be there
Joe will be
scoping.
there. There'll be a scope, pre-show scope.
Lily's going to be there too, bringing her, as she calls them, bakery arms out.
Yeah. Showing off the
By the way,
bacon.
how are your bakery calves doing? Are they still strong?
Yes, not as good as the arms, but they're still nice.
But she screamed at us. I'm taking my sweater off so you can see my bakery arms.
I'm proud of them.
You should.
Now your bakery delts. Is that from rolling the dough? Is that what
Yeah.
It's good.
That's not an easy thing to do all day.
No, I mean, every time I tell people I'm a baker, they go, "Oh my god, you must be in such good physical shape from all the kneading." I don't know why that's like people think we still need bread. We have fucking mixers. Like we don't sit there and actually knead.
We don't
bread.
think about bread as much as you do. Bread is life.
Yes, bread.
When I bake bread, get me the big knife. I'm gonna cut my throat.
Maybe they meant all the kneading that they heard about your relationships in the past.
Yes.
Maybe could have been.
Maybe needy should start kneading, is what we're saying. Maybe you ought to get a fucking forklift to fucking pull the bread in and out too. And then you wouldn't have such big baker arms. Maybe you're fucking driving guys away with those big arms and shoulders. Not everybody wants to date Jack Tatum. All right, that's it for us. The basketball game starts 40 minutes ago. I want everyone to know it's 41-30. 41-30. Shit. That's it. See you guys on Monday. See you at 420. Periscope.
420 Blaze. Follow at the iBang on Twitter and Periscope.
And we'll see you all again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!